walking down the street at night, feeling free, oh what a sight. A little mischief in the air, no one's safe, not even there. Shitting on the porches of the innocent, leaving marks so evident. Laughter echoes in the dark, making memories with a spark. Sneaking past the sleeping town, one last time before I'm done. Silence sets no sound at all, making sure to duck and crawl. Shitting on the porches of the innocent, leaving marks so evident. Laughter echoes in the dark, making memories with a spark. The thrill is high, we feel so bold, hiding tales soon to be told. No regrets as dawn's light breaks, living for the mess we make. As the sun begins to rise, time to run, no more disguise. Looking back with wicked smiles, porch surprise goes on for miles.
What is going on, everybody? Creepy Kentuckian here with you tonight for the return of the horror round table. We're going to have some guys in here in just a little bit. Uncle Bill, I don't think he's going to make it tonight, boss. He's bowing out. I don't know what the hell's going on with him. I'm going to blame him for being a big pussy, as always. But I want to do some introductions. Everyone knows we've got a couple of Matts in here tonight. Rambo Raff for life. Old school, the oldest school Matt that I know on YouTube. How are you doing, dude?
Doing well. Thanks for inviting me. Gonna be fun. Uncle Bill's on the Jenkum again. He's making the Jenkum. That's
he
what
got some
at.
of the good shit from Mark, and then he's out. I don't
Well,
even know.
who's missing? Mark and Bill. You know.
Mark made a special delivery, right? And the other Matt from northern West Virginia. It's still West Virginia, though. Sorry. Fantastic, Matt. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. How about you guys?
I'm doing great. Doing great. The chat is filling up. The comments are coming in. We're going to answer all kinds of questions, talk about whatever you guys want to talk about tonight. Another familiar face on here. One of the ballers and shot callers, showcasing his exclusive baller and shot caller t-shirt. Carded or Dench, what's going on, dude?
Ooh. What up, boys? What's going on?
Yo.
Just keeping it creepy here on Thursday night.
Hell
and, I'd mentioned you guys backstage, we may have an old school surprise on here tonight, right? Bearing any technical difficulties, I don't know. We didn't get it tested out. But any of you guys remember the Canadian Ferox podcast from back in the day? It's kind of like the Canadian DEADPIT spinoff sort of deal from the message board days. We got Anthony, a.k.a. Nick Lurd, on the DEADPIT message boards, man. Holy shit. What's going on all the way up north?
What up?
Wes, it was the Changeling, that Nick Lurd on the boards. Come on.
Oh, you were the Changeling? Oh,
yes.
Shit, I remember you. Yeah.
You got to forgive me. I'm old, man. Well, where'd I get Nick Lurd at then? Wasn't that your name too?
YouTube name or email name? I can't remember now.
Okay. Well, fuck it. The Changeling. Okay.
Yeah.
Woo, baby. Where's Aaron?
He's in bed. I told him, I was like, man, he said he's going to show up on here, you motherfucker. He's like, well, I don't know if I can make it. So
Damn, he's taking Steve's bed patterns, huh?
Steve's taking a long hiatus. I don't know what's going on with him. But
Oh,
how's
sorry.
everybody
Yeah.
doing that, man? Anthony, it's good to see you, dude. I know you were thinking about doing some more stuff. You know, we talked about maybe podcast stuff or whatever. What's the status on that?
Nothing at the moment, buddy. I'm I don't know. I want to do something like really original, but everything's kind of been taken. Like you guys were the originals. Rambo, I remember he was an original. You know, I just everything's kind of been done in this medium and all that. Like I'd like to come up with a concept that no one else has done really. So I don't know.
You're big into the music thing. You never got out of that either, right? So I don't know, do some like heavy metal Dio versions of like some horror songs or something. I don't know.
I'll use an AI Dio or like a 3D hologram Dio.
You just do the
going
music,
around.
yeah. Or you could get AI to do the vocals, right? What do you think about the artificial intelligence and music and all that stuff? Which we use that quite a bit, but
I don't like it.
it's scary how easy it is. I don't know if you guys have fooled with it very much, but literally, like, you could just say, you know, I want a 60s jazz fusion song about Uncle Bill licking ass, right? And
That'd be a top 50. That'd be at least a top 50 hit if you
Yeah.
made one of those. I don't want to hijack the show or anything, but I just want to talk about the old message board because I was thinking about it today when you messaged me,
oh yeah,
and like what a microcosm, or I don't know if that's the right word, but like things were cooking on there back in the day. Like interesting people, funny people, creative people. I don't know if I've ever seen something that great. It was great. Like it was awesome. I think about all the old names, all the old members who I haven't spoken to in years, but it was a happening.
What's crazy though is just like we got Card on here, right? And he has been around that long, but he's like way younger than us. So how old?
Yeah.
How old were you? Because you remember the Saturday Nightmare shows, the blog
Yeah,
TV shows and shit. You had to be in like grade school or something at this point, right?
So I was on my way to high school when the video that I discovered you guys was that Creepshow 3 review. Because I was a young kid. I loved the first two Creepshows. I heard they were making a third one. I was so excited. The filmmakers had a message board, and it was a lively message board of people just like me that were so excited. As a matter of fact, it was the same outlay as the DEADPIT message board. There was like one thing you can make your domain off of back then, kind of like
Wow.
Reddit now. But anyway, and then the movie came out, and it was a stinking pile of shit. And this is like summer of 2006 or 7. I can't remember. I was like 15 years old. And YouTube wasn't big then. And I was pissed off that Creepshow 3 was so horrible. Like I said, I didn't know any better. And the only video I found was you and Uncle Bill like cutting a fucking promo on how bad it was. And you were urging people, please don't fall for this. Don't buy this. This is just a money-making scheme. It's one of the funniest videos ever. And then you guys linked to even back then you could link to the website and the message board. And that's, how I started way back when. Just
If I could just picky bank on that, because I do remember when I discovered you guys, and it was on YouTube, and I can't remember what video it was. It might have been one of your when you guys used to go to the theaters.
Yeah, the On the Road.
On the road, and I'm watching it, right, and I'm like, who are these hillbillies? I don't want to watch it. I don't know, why am I watching this? And then I kept watching it, and another video, and the thing that I always, I'm going to be licking your asses right now, but it's just the truth. The thing I always loved about you two was your sense of humor. Your humor is what always made me want to join the board, make my own podcast with J-Dog back then. That was your selling point for me personally. And Rambo too, and that's how I used to watch Rambo on YouTube. Because you guys were linked, and I would watch his reviews. And Rambo, I sent you years ago. You probably don't even remember. It's probably in the garbage now or something. I made you a DVD of a VHS rip of The Perfect Weapon, the Jeff Speakman movie. It was like
I still got it in my closet.
Oh yeah, it was like a homemade DVD. I don't think Perfect Weapon even came out on DVD at that time. So yeah.
Yeah, man. I remember I watched Rambo just like around the same time, maybe a year or so after, because of the message board and that blog TV show, man. Those Saturday Nightmares, dude. That was wild. J-Dog used to keep it going till like 4 a.m. I remember when Uncle Bill and CK would sign off.
I've tried.
They would have the auctions, and I was like, I had no money back then. Like I said, I was in high school, and they're like, God damn, I wish I could bet on the Sleepaway Camp, Red Cross edition that they don't sell anymore, and stuff
the
like
poster,
that.
The poster videos, the one which Wes started, and then J-Dog, and then it became like it was like a wrestling. Yeah, they called it Zoot, and then
do you ever talk to J-Dog anymore or no?
I have him on social media. I have attempted to make overtures or whatever to him, just to even just talk, not even about really starting something again. I don't know, man. He just seems kind of I don't know, kind of doing his own thing, which I understand, and I totally
I think
get.
I had talked to him about doing like a podcast or something at one point, but he seems like he's kind of out of it into other stuff. So, I mean, I can understand that too.
Which I totally get that. Like I said, like you asked me at the start of the chat of the stream, again, for me, it's like, I want to do something that's like original, cause I love, like all of us, we all love film and music and all that stuff. I just, I'm stuck on how to a different angle on things, right? Because I just don't want to sit there and be like, oh wow, I have the new Elm Street 4K. It's really cool, and there's like 100 other people that do, like 1,000 other people that are doing that now.
That's the thing. I mean, really, anything that you think of, you can probably search for it and find it on YouTube. Somebody's already done it, really. So, I mean, you can't really go by that anymore, I don't think. Like, it's not like back
That's
in the
why,
day.
man, the early days, you guys were it, especially on YouTube. I mean, overall, too, with the show, but on YouTube especially. There was no Dead Meat or anybody like Rue Morgue or Horror. They didn't even have a YouTube channel back then. You guys were like the first early on. Like 06, man, like a long time. And
YouTube was
way
on
the
road
road videos.
too.
Yeah, it was really hard to make money on YouTube back then. You had to basically buy into, you had to like put a submission in, and they had to accept it for you to be a partner. And it's not like now where basically they're making money off of every single video.
Like they were Aaron and Wes, for the horror talk. I mean, they interviewed actors, Canadian Fearox, and I used to say it back in the day. Like we're pretty much like I would just chafe their format pretty much. Like I was pretty, honest about it. I tried to add little things, different little segments in our show. But I was, I would tell Wes and Aaron that I was taking their format more or less, right?
I thought I smelled a pussy.
Oh shit.
Look, I wasn't gonna come in here, but then everybody's like kissing our ass, so I was like, I gotta be here for this. So come on.
Yeah, he loves that.
I couldn't miss out on this. What are you doing, man?
Is that Aaron?
What is he? Yeah,
he's unrecognizable.
What happened? I remember the long hair. Aaron, I remember.
That's been long gone, man.
You and I, you won't remember, but you and I used to send each other metal bands on YouTube, on Facebook Messenger. I'd send you like the new Megadeth album and stuff. And I think I sent you some posters years ago, and I think one of them got fucked up in the mail.
Yep.
And
I can't remember which one that was, but yeah.
That was those.
Did that get stolen too? Did that poster get stolen too, like his packages?
No.
It got cut.
A lot.
It got somebody, like the post office, one of them, either in the States or in Canada where I am, they must have thought I was sending them crack or something. And they.
Well, I mean.
Well,
dude, like the shipping to Canada is fucking ridiculous. Because I had somebody ask me
bro.
for shipping a DVD and yeah, it's pretty much a DVD. It's like
We ain't
16
shipping.
bucks or something.
Yeah,
like
we ain't shipping shit to Canada. Y'all have to come out
16
here.
bucks to ship a fucking DVD.
Well,
Yeah.
bro, I see you guys. Like, I watch your when you do like the Vinegar Syndrome, like the Black Friday sales, and I'm watching it. I'm like, oh wow, yeah, really good deal. If you're in the States, like, for me, I'll go on their sales, and I'm looking at it. It's like it just doesn't add up, right? Like for the Canadian dollar, right? Like I'm better off getting it off Amazon.ca.
Hey, I got news for you. Their Vinegar Syndrome sales don't add up to the American dollar either. They're hardly a sale at all.
No, it's just all an illusion.
Yeah. $3 off.
You got to wait until they have one of those warehouse sales and just buy a ton of shit for like $8 a piece, and then just pay the shipping on that. That'd be the only way you get a deal on Vinegar Syndrome.
Kino, and Severin's last sale was insane, dude. I racked up on like 10 Blu-rays for under $100.
You got the entire Bruno Mattei collection.
Yeah, absolutely. We got to do that show, Uncle Bill. Bruno Mattei.
I keep fucking waiting on you to like say what movies we're going to do.
I don't know how Discord messages work. I had like a 20-day-old message from you. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Didn't Vinegar Syndrome open like a store in Canada or something like that? Or are they working?
Yeah, actually, I live in Toronto, downtown Toronto in the West End. They have a store now, which sadly I haven't been to yet. I live more in the East End of the city, but I should go there.
That'd probably be the way to get them then. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want a Sunny Landham porn in 4K. I'm sure Vinegar Syndrome.
Yeah.
I'm sure Vinegar Syndrome will release that.
I don't want that. I've seen enough weird porn. I don't want to see that.
You don't want Big Abner?
Come on,
Rambo, you gave a great review, a glowing review to that Seinfeld porn, and I'm just scratching my head.
Yeah.
It exists.
You gave a better.
It exists. That's the number one.
I get the feel like Rambo's got all kinds of loyal followers and everything, but they seem to consist of mainly people that just want to fuck with you, right? Want you to watch
that
the
seems
worst
to be his
shit,
core fan base. Yeah,
the worst shit imaginable.
So it has to.
I mean, hell, it is.
I watched Tornado the other day. So
Tornado.
Rambo,
and people. I mean, people should know this, but Rambo, you've been around pretty much as long, really, on YouTube. And I guess you kind of got known for your rants. What was the first big rant that you did that kind of become your thing? Do you remember?
My first channel, I think one of the first I did was Jaws 4, but I think it was Halloween 5.
I was going to say Halloween 5. I remember that. That was a big one.
Halloween 5 is a gigantic piece of shit.
I mean, how could you not rant on Halloween 5? It's atrocious.
I don't know. That stuttering kid ruled.
Jamie. I love
today, Junior.
I love the Nicolas Cage mask.
Simple Jack and that Tropic Thunder.
That movie is so bad. Halloween 5.
It really is.
Yeah, it's really
that's the worst Michael Myers mask, I think, too.
Yeah, the Nicolas Cage.
Funniest. Yeah, it's bad. And then his house becomes like a fucking Hammer Dracula castle, like out of nowhere. It's like, well,
I'll say this. I'll say one positive about Halloween 5. The sequence where he's trying to stab her in the laundry chute.
That's good.
Pretty suspenseful. Pretty good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that.
The funniest thing about it, the funniest thing about Halloween 5 is the Dr. Death Steve Williams segment they cut out of it, which totally explains why he has the stupid Thor logo on him, or not Thor, Thorn. Jesus, Thor.
Yeah,
Thorn logo.
Bart Gunn knocked him out, and they cut the scene out, right? Like, is that what happened?
Yeah, because it was satanic panic and all that. It was like a satanic ritual to bring him back, which would explain the tat and all that stupid shit, right? But instead, they cut that scene out. They replace it with him falling in some hermit that has like a fucking parrot, like he's some pirate or something living off of Haddonfield by the waterfall. Michael passes out. He just leaves him laying there because fuck it, why not? A year later, Michael wakes up, kills the guy, and then you have all these clues for this thorn shit.
Yeah.
Nobody has any context behind it.
I like
And then the
part 6,
writer of
though.
part 6 had to fill in the blanks after the fact.
I
guess it was
enjoy it. I enjoy part 6.
Oh, I love part 6. Part 6
I was
rules.
going to say we all enjoy
Yeah.
part 6. I don't think so, though. So, like, Matt, talking about Rambo, like, you just did a review on 4, 5, and 6, and I think you placed it like, you were like, 4 is the best, 5 sucks ass, and 6 is just kind of like
6 kind of sucks, but it's not as bad as 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 is the best of the Thorn trilogy. 4 is the best. 4 is the
100%.
second best Halloween movie. Yeah.
Rambo, let me ask you this, though. Do you think had Danielle Harris reprised her role, you would have liked 6 anymore? Because it would connect the movies if she, if they hadn't replaced her. I think it would have connected it more.
Fuck no. I can't. Paul Rudd is just so like he's like
He's bad. He is bad.
when he's scared, he's smiling. He's like, yeah.
He's
Michael's-
fine. He's fine in that movie.
He's on the phone with the DJ. He's like, Michael's coming. Now I'm waiting for him.
He stops Michael Myers with
He-
magic stones.
That's the producers. The producers cut sucks. The theatrical cut where the dude's head explodes.
That's the one to
And
go
the
with.
plot,
Oh,
the
yeah.
plot of Halloween 6 is garbage. Don't get me wrong. It's fucking ridiculous. But just Michael Myers is great in that movie. The vibe, it's the most Halloween-y looking movie of the franchise, in my opinion.
I like
It's-
it because it's like a 90s heavy metal video. The way it's shot.
It's,
It's like
it's
a,
grunge era.
it's like a
grunge era
skinny, it's like a
90s.
Skinny Puppy or some, industrial metal band in the 90s. It's shot like that. And I think that's why I enjoy it.
Well, look who fucking joined the party. It's about time.
Sorry, I was busy, guys.
He's busy making some deliveries. So
Yeah.
Jank,
that's
the
what it
Jankum factory is open for
Is-
business.
he's
Mark, do you
stirring
like
some
Halloween
piss and
6?
shit.
You said what?
Do you like Halloween 6?
It's got its flaws. I like the Halloween vibe. Just that ending fucking sucks. I mean, it's got some decent kills. It's okay. I mean, I could go back to it, but it's definitely not one of my first ones. That I
Why
reach
does
for
he
on the
bleed
shelf.
like a Vulcan? Like, why is he bleeding green?
That's the shit
Michael?
I'm talking about. Like that shit makes
Yeah,
no
like
sense.
he hits him. He's like bleeding green.
Because they stabbed him with that shit. Remember, they stabbed him with all those needles.
And it covered his entire veins, top to bottom, like that.
In that world, yes, it did.
Yeah.
But
Halloween 6 is better than that piece of shit Halloween H2O, and I'll die on that hill. God, why is Michael driving a Model T? What the fuck? Michael's driving a Model T? Are you kidding me?
Why is LL Cool J in it for that matter? But listen,
I remember seeing H2O in the theater, and I was like, wow, this is the greatest Halloween movie ever made. And then it came out on VHS or whatever, and I remember getting the VHS tape, and I watched it again. And I'm like, this is pretty shit. Like, I must have been stoned or something. Like, it's so, it's like a Warner Brothers. It's like what do you call it? Like those Friday night UPN
WB
shows?
channel.
WB channel.
Well, it looks like a screen. It was made like a screen
Dawson's
movie. That's
Creek
what it's
or
made to
whatever.
look like. Yeah, but like, yeah,
The ending is
that's-
great, but everything leading up to it is so fucking boring. Jesus
That's
Christ.
the one that has aged the worst out of any of those movies, in my opinion. Is H2O. Like it just
the
does
mask
not-
is horrendous. Well, masks, right? Like,
Yeah, there's
Oh,
a
yeah.
CGI mask at one point.
There's and Michael sucks in it. There's a scene where Laurie Strode and Jamie Lee Curtis is great in it. Don't get me wrong; it's her best performance as Laurie Strode. I wish she was in a better movie.
That's true.
I think the last 15 minutes are the best part of the movie. Everything before is just god awful. But there's a scene where she knees Michael Myers in the balls, and it cuts to his eyes, and he's all like he's reacting to taking a shot in the balls. And it's like, what are we
He's selling
doing?
it. He's got to sell it for her.
I'd be that
music.
way too. If she need me in the balls, I'd be doing that same thing.
the music was horrible in it too. Like, the music
Yeah.
did not fit Halloween. It was very like orchestral soundtrack, like dun, 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 like Scream or something almost. Like, yeah,
Joseph
guys see
Gordon-Levitt's in it. That's
Same composer,
That's,
I think.
good stuff.
Stream.
I think she's
So
still
is
doing
LL Cool J.
Yeah,
Danielle
Cool J's in it,
Harris is
reading
trying
romance
to-
novels or writing romance or some fucking stupid subplot. Yeah.
Did you hear
Yeah,
that
we
Danielle
thought
Harris
that was
is
a good
trying
idea.
to get it like a follow-up story on what
I'm
happened
sure.
to Jamie Lloyd, right?
Well, she's
James
broke.
Yeah, I mean, she needs
she's-
that desperately.
Let's get back
I
into the
find her kind of odd, Daniel Harris. I don't know.
I
if there's something's kind of off about
She's
her.
hanging out with Tony Moran. I guess
Listen,
you know.
I agree
Fantas-
with that, and I also
Somehow-
I just don't like her personality. There's
Something's
something about
off.
personality. I'm just like, every time I see her or hear her talk, I just want to be away from her.
Aaron,
And
I
he's like-
I tried to listen to their podcast. Like I
Yeah.
tried to listen to it years ago. I couldn't fucking get through 15 minutes after. I was just like,
Do they?
No,
Do
there's
they-
something.
Do
Yeah,
they
that's
really-
like a fucking MK Ultra government program going on there. Anybody who listens to that, their brain is fried. I'm sorry. I mean,
Speaking
Well,
of
I
which,
mean,
you
I
gotta
don't
check up on
understand
Garrett.
sex on that?
yeah, Jared's dead. Like, I don't understand the point of it. It's like they get on there and they're like, "What? Like, here's a horror movie, and then like, we're going to talk about blowing somebody." Like, I don't understand.
We're
Like,
talking about blowing somebody. I gotta listen to this podcast.
Yeah, she
Please
did.
don't
I
tell
think
me
that
how you
was
got the
Alex.
Basically,
that's basically what they do. Yeah.
that's the format. Yeah.
Well, I gotta listen after this stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can review that along with the other. Yeah.
I just
Well,
had a
I
great
heard that
meeting with President
whole-
elect Trump. He asked me for a
I
favor. I
actually
said, sure
listened
thing,
to
Donald.
that
I said,
whole,
Joe, will you please leave me Danielle Harris's fart jar?
the
It will be my honor to
feud
leave the fart jar home
with
upon a
Jamie Lee
transition.
Curtis. You know, she told you her backstory of it.
I saw on the Discord.
Oh my god.
Oh man, little Sleepy Joe.
He loves it.
That was good.
His face seems like he's known a lot of farts.
He's an old fart.
That really
He's
wakes him
definitely had
up
a
for the day.
facelift. Come on, man. Come on, hey fat. You guys
That's
remember
really-
when he got heckled by some fat guy and he just started saying, "Hey fat, hey." Fat."
No, I remember the 37 times that he tried to leave and couldn't figure out where he was going, though. I do remember that.
Come on, man. Come on, man. You have bad days, man.
Bad day. Yeah.
All right, we got a bunch of
Oh,
people in the
God.
chat though, so I want to go and give a couple of shout outs and then we'll get started. Whatever you guys want to talk about, anything in the news. Not a whole lot of news going on right now, but Dino is in the house. He's asking about we do have a couple of those DEADPIT beanies, so deadpit@gmail.com if anybody's interested. But yeah, he's in Stanley, Idaho. That's one state I've never been to.
Would you wanna?
Yeah.
Well, Idaho has good potatoes. I hear that. What else does Idaho have?
That's what I was asking.
What else is Idaho famous for?
I think that's where the last slumber party was filmed, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
Was-
definitely
is-
why we should go there.
Was Napoleon Dynamite Idaho or Iowa? I get those two confused.
Me too. I don't know.
Can't
I haven't
remember.
seen
It was
Napoleon
one of
Dynamite
those
in a while.
states. Yeah, it was like farm country.
Clifton was up. Vanderhoff. Phantasmat. Yeah, that was from the Imagine Dragons, the shitting on the porch is the innocent song that we were playing there. So that's one of their biggest hits. Damon Dave is Dollar Tree Jonathan Dave. So have you, Anthony, I don't know, have you kept up with any of the Dark Force Entertainment Damon Dave stuff?
No clue what you're talking about. What is that?
Are you shitting me? You're missing a gold mine here. Hold on.
Well, yeah, let's
He'll
play
bring
this
it
clip. Let's get you acquainted with Dollar Tree Jonathan
I'm
Davis.
so fucking pissed, okay? I'm fucking pissed off. After this fucking business, unlike this fucking pussy that decided to fucking sue everybody, this fucking maggot, but any fucking maggot pussy ass bitch motherfucker, I got real big plans for these motherfuckers, okay? These little fucking pussy ass bitch motherfuckers. So retarded. On the street, If I approached any of these motherfuckers, they would piss their fucking pants. On the street, they would be timid little fucking mice, okay? I'm not gonna back down, believe me. These motherfuckers, I don't even want to say what I do, because these little fucking pussies will use it against me in court. But you know what? I think the judge even thinks.
I love the way he goes in court.
I was going to
Sounds like Bill Burr.
No,
I
seriously,
had no
like,
idea that's what he looked like.
that's 5 minutes of him just fucking going off. And the whole thing is he's getting sued. You remember Code Red DVD, Anthony, back in the day, and Bill Olsen, we had him on the show.
Bill.
He's one of his disciples.
Banana Man, yeah.
Oh, okay. They're both dead now. The brother is dead as well, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Who had was it Scorpion?
Yep.
Scorpion.
Was the brother in charge?
release.
Walt.
Yeah.
What was the cause of that rant? Like, what was he ranting
Oh
about?
god, it's a long ass story, really. But like,
okay.
basically, if you go and because that was a Facebook Live video that he did. If you go and watch it, like, he's saying that a bunch of people are suing not only him but a bunch of other people that distributed Just Before Dawn because
I
when
have
Bill
a sealed
Olsen,
copy.
Heard
yeah,
about that.
when Bill Olsen died, apparently he didn't have the rights to that, but he was still selling it like he did. So every company that bought that to sell it got sued. So, for example, like Diabolic got sued, Grindhouse got sued. Like,
I believe it's
anybody.
on record that Mike from Grindhouse like settled for $8,000. I don't know if
Well,
that's
let me-
true or not, but that's what I'd heard online.
So it wasn't written in legal documents that he had.
no, he's saying like
Sorry, I mean,
he's
it's not going
like,
to hold up in
this is-
court.
This is Demon Dave's argument, and I'm just like, man, this is not a good argument. But he's like, Bill told those guys, or he got permission from those guys verbally to keep selling it after it ran out. He's like, there's no contract or anything like that. And but like he's pissed because they were suing him when they were sick. I think is essentially like what he's so pissed about. Because like they were dying, and I guess like you don't really think about shit like that.
So the Milli Vanilli guy, did he get sued?
Yes.
Yeah, he got sued.
Yep. Milli Vanilli.
He's getting
It's just
sued.
fascinating in the
Yeah.
physical media world, how all these backdoor shenanigans sort of go on. We're not, you don't really think about it. All the different companies and all that. It's interesting stuff. I'm sure Slippy he probably has all the
Yeah. he's not
dirt
gonna
on everybody, probably,
He's not going
right?
to say anything though. Yeah.
No.
He'll never say.
No. That's
The copies
that's
of
the
that
thing.
Blu-ray, they are going up in price on eBay. If you take a look at things that have sold for Just Before Dawn, there's copies on there that have sold for like $70 now. So I don't know if that's due to this or if it was already going for that.
Well,
But I have the Code
This
Red one.
lawsuit's been ongoing for like over a year, I think. So yeah, they've been
Somehow or
gone for at least
another.
that long.
Somehow or another, he continuously brings up Synapse in it too. I don't know why. I don't know what Synapse Films has to do with any of it, but he is like super pissed at them as well, and he
Let
just
me-
constantly talks about kicking their ass.
Let me ask you a question. When he wakes up in the morning, I think he looks at himself. He's like, "I fucking look great."
Well, what's killer
Well,
is
send it a
like
reasonable guy.
on his
Yeah.
live streams, man. This is so fucking great. Like, and I cannot hate this guy because it's so entertaining. He has a
His part
fog
is it.
machine set up in his living room, I guess, or wherever he's at doing the thing, right? And he plays Scott Steiner's old theme music.
With the siren going on.
Poses in front.
Not the Steiner line one, though, right?
That's the
Not
one with
not
the,
Steiner line, not that one, right?
No, the siren one or whatever.
Oh yeah,
Where
yeah,
it's just there's the siren going off constantly, and he's got like a fog machine. He comes out like it's a whole entrance, man.
And he's like doing punches.
He's got to
and
get
shit.
him to chill. He's got to get him to chain link fucking thing that Steiner had on.
So wait, he was doing the posing before
Yes.
he ranted?
Yes, man,
Yeah,
you've got to see
before
this
and
video.
after. He
I'm
does
telling
his
you,
outro too.
It was during the intro of the live stream tonight.
It's
Rando.
like
That's
5
what he
minutes
had.
long. It's like a 5 minute long intro, Like it's better than
He's-
AEW's intros right now. Like
He is
I'm
he is
telling you.
cutting a Steiner promo. That's he is cutting a Steiner promo.
If
on all
I'm
these
being
guys.
sued,
Think
I'm
about
not ready to pose. If someone tried to sue me.
it. So I asked myself.
Oh gosh, but that I do highly recommend anybody on Facebook check out Dark Force Entertainment and look at that live stream. It's like an hour. It's like an hour and 15 minutes, and he
That's
kind of
funny.
tells the whole story. Well, his side of the story. Who's to say that Bill ever had the rights to Just Before Dawn, though? Who knows?
Right.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
know. We don't know
Is that-
any of that is true.
Is
but-
that still in
We're just
print
taking
right now?
this all on word.
What was it?
I don't
Mark?
think. I
That
don't think
Blu-ray is it? It's out of print. Okay.
I
Oh,
had
yeah.
I had the DVD of that. Who released the original? It was a yellow and black sort of tone cover.
Shriek Show. We were just talking about this last night. Yeah.
That's the one I had. I don't have it anymore, but
Yeah. I love that
I
one
have,
actually.
I have the Code Red Blu-ray. That's it. I never upgraded to that one that came out a couple, maybe I don't know what, 6 years ago. It had a slipcover and everything. I don't know who did that one.
let me ask you guys. I want to ask all of you guys something. This is something from that I find personally. Do you find like all the modern releases from any company, whatever, Scream Factory, etc., do you find like everything's really fucking cheaply made now? Like the inserts, like the paper feels cheap. Like I don't
Definitely
know.
Scream Factory
Well-
stuff does for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of feel like sometimes Severin stuff does too.
Yeah,
Like
Those old Severin slips were the worst, man. Oh my god!
it's
You'd rip
like
them trying to get the damn case out.
yeah.
it's like the paper quality of the slip, like the insert, like even that shit I find like, and then when you get and I know you guys have talked about it, like what's with the fucking KFC grease off gassing, like in all the cases, like I have to wipe my fucking disc like it's my Mustang or something before I put it in the player. Like
There's
it
a lot of
doesn't.
upkeep, on these.
Yeah.
On these
Scream
movies
Factory
anymore.
says
Do
no,
you-
that's
do you-
normal. We're just supposed to do
Yeah.
that now.
Correct
Just
me if
wipe
I'm
all your
wrong,
discs
but
off.
didn't those motherfuckers like? Oh god, I hate this. Didn't they? This is like a few years ago when people were bitching about that. They were like, "Well, here's a step by step on how to fix that. 1, grab a napkin. 2, wipe the sumbitch off.
Yep.
3, shut up." And it's like, yeah, that's not
4,
the
shove
point.
it up your candy eyes.
Yeah.
Well, it's like it's every company though. Like I love the Rocky movies, and I got the Rocky 4K set a while ago, and I opened the son of a bitch, and it's like someone jizzed in it. Like I'm like, what is this? Like
it's got to be where they're getting all the blank cases from. They're probably
Yeah,
made in
it's
Mexico
material,
or
yeah.
something.
Well, it seems
Chinese
like-
trying to kill us.
Yeah, we're all gonna
Seems like-
die of cancer because of these fucking off gassing discs. I guarantee.
it's like in Simpsons when the flu. Remember the old Simpsons episode? Like the flu went into everything, and like the whole town got infected.
I think
see.
it's something to do with the quality of the plastic as well. It causes that. Like I think Don May was the one that was kind of telling me about that. So like the cheaper you go, I guess with the quality
That
control. and
plastic's
everything.
made out of old pop cans or something. Man.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're melting that down, but
Because it's like something where like you can wipe it off, and then in another 6 or 8 months it'll be back on there, right? So
Why-
you can never get rid of it.
I'll tell you how like nerdy I go with it, because I switch the cases, and what I do is I print because I'm like you guys, like I love the original one sheet art for a lot of these movies. So I'll like the Rocky set. It came in this 6-pack, whatever. I took all the discs out, wiped them thoroughly, put them in new cases, and then I print out like custom made inserts, right, with the original artwork and all that stuff, because I'm psychotic like that.
You know something though, I
Well,
was
it's
thinking
not
of-
just that; it's the boxes too, because or the cases rather. Perfect case. This Exorcist standard 4K is only a year old and wasn't damaged or anything when I bought it. And look, the fucking thing eroded over time to where it's
Yeah,
just-
it's school.
Warner Brothers is horrible.
School glue
Get you a
sticks or
glue
something.
stick,
They're
boys,
using.
it ain't nothing.
yeah, I'm gonna tell you something.
Yeah.
Though. Every copy of Midnight that I bought from Severin I had to buy I bought like new slip covers for it because one of them did that exact same thing. It busted open. The next one I bought did the same fucking thing. It's like you could buy 100 of them and they're just cheaply made, man. They just
Case in point. That's exactly my point. I just find everything is so cheaply made now. It's
Arrow and Vinegar Syndrome, and Second Sight for that matter. I think are
Second
still
Sight
pretty good,
definitely.
but
Yeah.
Second Sight's great. The peak of the box and itself
Put
was
this one
the
over
DVD
again
era.
too. I don't know, Anthony, did you get this one? The Trick or Treat limited edition.
I do not.
Okay.
I have not as of yet, but I have an old German media book style Blu-ray of Trick or Treat that I've had for like 10 years now with the original cover art. Comes with the Fastway soundtrack. I forget that company. What's that German company? CMM something?
I know when you're talking
You
about.
know where I'm going. I have that.
NSM or something like that.
Yeah, maybe that. Yeah, I think that's what it is. So I have that, but I will definitely I plan to buy the Synapse thing.
That's what I was thinking. Stretch
Mark,
porno.
yeah, Mark is a big German
I was thinking the same thing.
media collector. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't mention
like
Germany.
I've had-
man.
Mark perked up. It's like,
So I
Mark
had something though.
was Mark on the message board back in the day?
I don't
Mark,
think
were you?
so.
I don't know.
I was, but I wasn't under Stuntman Mark. I don't even remember what name I used.
Well,
back
son
then.
of a bitch, this is news to me. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was probably towards like the
Mm.
tail end. When did you guys close it officially?
Scrotum Massacre killed that fucking message board, dude.
The
Yeah.
board
Single-handedly.
was probably like, I mean, it was still up, but like the popularity had dwindled by like 13 or so. I think it wasn't.
Yeah.
There wasn't a whole lot of
Probably
people
a lot.
posting on it.
Okay.
It was like 2011, 22. It was early.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to remember. Like I remember Schlogs, Jerry Horror,
Dr. Blood. Do you remember
Adam
Dr. Blood.
That fucking guy was another one. that
Who
killed
was
it.
Chronic,
Who's the guy? Who's the guy that would
Hydroponic.
make daily
Hydroponic. He was hilarious.
hydroponic?
Hydroponics
Dude,
still
I
around, man. Every once in a while, I'll get it.
Yeah,
I used to talk to him all the
I
time.
still have contacts with him. I'm going to try to get him on the show eventually. Hydro, he's still
Dude,
around.
yeah, totally. We'd love that.
Dude, who was
One
the
thing-
guy? I swear to God that and this was towards the tail end. This went to message board. This was you put a tombstone on it. It's done. Some dude, I swear to God, would post daily updates about how he am 65 days in without masturbating, and it was like he'd do like a countdown and like write
don't remember
paragraphs
that.
on
I don't
paragraph.
recall
I don't remember
that
that shit either.
No.
Yeah. And it was like in the horror talk section too. It was like totally off topic.
So one thing though that I wanted to bring up because it kind of popped in my head, and I'm thinking, would this work? So we're always talking about these boutique movie labels, and I was like, you know, because everything wrestling related is like on the WWE Network or or what is it on now? Peacock.
Yeah.
Do you think WWE or they could license it out to a company similar like a Vinegar Syndrome could go and do like a deluxe edition of, let's say, Halloween Havoc 89, right? In a big thick box, the original artwork,
Would love it.
a book.
Mm-hmm.
Has anybody ever thought of that? Because I think that would do really, really well.
Shane McMahon, he was in charge of the home video department, like in the 2000s. So that's why we got like those good documentaries, like ECW, and remember all those like two disc documentaries, Bret Hart, etc.
Yeah.
That was all Shane. He was all doing the home video stuff, and then they
had this
just
one.
that one's good too. So after Shane McMahon left the company or whatever, you know, the McMahon family drama that never ends, they sort of, the care and attention and detail didn't really come back after, I find. But what you're saying, Wes, would be amazing. I would love that.
Yeah, they've
Yeah.
never really done anything like that. So I just go ahead.
I'm surprised Vinegar Syndrome didn't do more. That Hitman Heart that sold out within like 2 days, dude. That was a huge hit. I'm surprised they didn't do any more
I met
wrestling
him.
adjacent.
I met him that weekend They were filming
Really?
it. I was in line for 4 hours. There used to be a shitty department store called Byway in Canada. I don't know if you guys had Byway in the States. So he was signing, and he was going to Montreal the next day to do the Survivor Series match. I waited 4 hours in line to meet him. I've met him since, like, many times after that, but I remember. And the camera crew for Wrestling with Shadows, there is you don't. I'm not saying you're going to see me, but there is a shot where there's like a whole lineup of people, and Jason Sensation, who's this Canadian guy, he was in WWF for a little bit. He would do all these impressions. He was an impersonator. There is a shot of the lineup that I was in to get Brett's autograph.
Right.
Oh yeah, I don't have it. I love it though.
Man, I binge watch all of 97 and 1 and 98 right now. Dude, he was at his peak in 97 with that whole US Canada and the Heel Heart Foundation story. And this whole documentary covers that whole year. And it's so, you want to talk about being in the right place at the right time? Jesus Christ. Like this
you guys may, I don't know if you're all, I know like Wes and Aaron and you were wrestling fans. I don't know if the rest of you guys are, but like, I personally believe the year of 1997 is the greatest year of wrestling for all companies, WCW, WWF, ECW. I think that was some people would say, the Attitude Era and all that.
It was a fun time because a lot of people don't realize this. Like WWF at the time was still getting their ass kicked in the ratings and everything.
Yep.
But WWF, in my opinion, had the better show in 97.
Yes.
Yes.
It just took another...
As soon as the Hart Foundation turned heel, as soon as it was the heel Hart Foundation, and that's after WrestleMania, it's so good. I rewatched it like over the last year or so, kind of rewatching the Attitude Era, and pretty much
they brought the Patriot in.
It wasn't that. It was goofy. It was goofy, but it wasn't. It was like 2 months long,
right?
And
he wasn't there very long, unfortunately. But WWF or WWE, get into it with Jason Hook. Give you a shout out, brother. I thought that WWE, and I think they did announce that they're 100% out of physical media. So, do you think that they would be willing to say, hey, Vinegar Syndrome or one of these companies, if you want some WCW titles, special edition treatment, I think people would I would buy it for sure.
Could you imagine a Chamber of Horrors? A Chamber of Horrors fucking hard case slip box right there. Halloween Havoc 91. Dude.
91. Yeah, I remember that.
Take my money right now. Or the Monster Truck one. Which one was that? 95?
That was
they should have they should do a holograph cover of Halloween Havoc 95 with the Yeti humping Hogan. And like, when you push it, it's like
you move it back and forth.
Yeah, he's backshotting him, whatever. Like,
what was the one with the electric chair?
Halloween Havoc 91.
Chamber of Horrors.
That was my favorite.
A German release with a mini electric chair. Mark will buy it in 10 seconds.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that, Rambo. There's actually a Undertaker coffin set that they released in Germany that I have.
No.
It's pretty killer.
Really?
What the hell's in it?
No bullshit. It's the 21 and 1 Street collection or something like that.
It's got all the WrestleMania matches on it.
Yeah, and then they did like a Hell in a Cell set. This was in the US though, and it had like a Kane bust or something.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say it came in a cage.
I just wonder though, like
it should have.
I mean, if they did limited editions of these, you would think that shit would be very popular. Like, I mean, on a scaled down level. Like,
well,
if they were to do something like that.
Do the higher up.
It'd probably be more open to it.
Look at those Mattel. Mattel makes the old school Hasbro figures now, and they release them in like a 4-pack. I'm sure you guys have seen those.
Yeah.
And I guess they're limited. They're limited edition, right? So people buy the shit out of those. So why wouldn't they buy the pay-per-views? But I don't know who's, because TKO or whatever owns them now, right? So I don't know who's in charge of stuff now. Like
here's Here's another question.
It's the same company that owns the UFC, so and they don't have physical anything.
If they release that new stuff, say that happened, how much would they be edited?
They better not be, because I'm not going to buy
It's
some.
not.
I was going to
not
bring that
I
up.
was thinking.
It's
Just
not
like they are
that
in the-
bad on the.
They have like
It's-
the warnings at the beginning, like, oh, don't, we.
No,
I
I'm
watched it on
more-
Peacock. It's not that bad. It's not that bad on Peacock. There was one segment so far in '97 that they edited out with DX spray painting shit in the National Domination's locker room. But other than that, so far they've really been kind of lax. Maybe they've changed music here and there, but
I hate that. I can't stand that when they change the fucking entrance music or depending if Vince was pissed off at Jesse Ventura at this time, he's completely wiped off the commentary track. Jim Ross is sitting there playing with himself, talking to himself. Like you don't even, it doesn't even work. We're like that shit.
Yeah,
has to stop.
it's impossible to watch the ECW stuff, especially like if you
yeah,
have
that
the old
was
shows.
bad.
Like,
They're
for
great
example-
unedited, but the shit on Peacock, fuck.
Well,
that
even
stuff.
the WCW
You got to get the
stuff
RF
because
video copies of ECW.
The WCW stuff because they used like radio music or whatever, and there's a license with that too. So a lot of that old like shitty WCW music, which I love actually, like Lex Luger's old music and stuff like that. But yeah, they'd still have to get some sort of license and deal with that.
Exactly.
Was it his theme?
Exactly.
Was it Lex Luger's theme that was in the car in Creepshow 2, the raft that's playing from their car when they're
early 90s.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't even remember that. Wow.
It's
If
just
you
a
watch,
loop of like just a
Yep.
loop of like da 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 da.
And if you ever watch Bruno Mattei's final masterpiece, Zombies the Beginning, he uses Bill Goldberg's theme song as they're invading the island of Huntazon.
It really does get you
Illegally.
pumped up too.
Did you ever see the
Invade that
segment
island.
on Raw that the star of Cruel Jaws does with
Yes.
Randy Orton?
He had to be a wrestling fan, dude. Bruno Mattei. There's too much wrestling shit that's shoved into his movie. Between Goldberg's theme and a Hulk Hogan impersonator, it's come on.
But guys, tonight, open topic. If anybody has anything in particular, I know not everybody's big into the wrestling, but anything you guys want to talk about,
I got something.
what you got?
This shit is. Should have never.
It's never gonna go.
It's never
away.
gonna go away. Exactly. No, so you guys been keeping up with the whole Redbox thing? Anybody?
No.
Okay. So like they have those. What do you call them? Like the box themselves, kiosks. So like you put your card in, you pay money or whatever, you get a movie out.
Oh.
So yeah, so they went bankrupt or whatever, and they officially closed the business in July of this year.
People getting
And-
free movies, like
Exactly. People
No.
are fucking stealing the Redbox kiosks.
So
And
it makes it seem as if they pay, but there's nowhere for
Yeah.
the money to go, so they take down.
Yeah,
the
some
movie.
people
right.
are doing that. There's Discord like setups and subreddits for people like how to hack the machine. People are just taking the whole machine.
But
Any,
but is there
crazy.
are there good films in those machines though, or is
no,
it
I was
like
about to say you
Or
can
is
get
it
any
like-
Kevin Hart movie you want for free
Yeah,
if you hack a Redbox.
Some stuff.
Yeah,
I'm
every Bruce
See, here's
Willis
the thing, though.
direct to-
Like people are taking like all kinds of shit. So if that'll even show up, you see that. So that's
Why
one.
the hell would you want that shit? though?
And people are posting this shit on like, look at this guy. Look at this guy. His whole fucking trunk is full of Blu-rays and
It's
all
just the
kinds of
loose
shit.
discs, though. Like I don't understand
Yeah.
what the
You know what?
the get.
People are selling them on eBay
Yeah.
and all kinds of shit.
Someone will
What?
buy them.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Because the
Hell no, I mean-
novelty of the novelty, like if you have the old Netflix envelopes that had the Netflix on it, when they people sell those and people buy them because
So,
It's all fun and games, so you end up with 20 Tyler Perry movies. On
So
there.
Redbox,
like some Bruce Willis shit.
they
from
went belly up or
2010s.
whatever, and they left all of their machine. Like they didn't collect any of their equipment or anything, or
No, they're supposed to be doing that, but they just didn't get around to doing it yet. So like people have caught wind of like, the
Did you say-
companies, I guess, like Walmart, Walgreens, shit like that, they're unplugging the machines, but they're stationary. They're like bolted into the ground.
Yeah.
Some people are
That's-
ripping the machines out or just breaking in them and taking
tie
movies.
it to the back of your truck and just drive off.
Yeah, I saw somebody with
strap a
their
Red Box.
pickup truck had 2 fucking big Redbox machines in there.
Look,
Hey, honey, I got a Redbox machine for the spare room.
I can understand a criminal trying to steal an ATM machine. If you're a criminal, that's a lot of upside. I don't see the upside of going through all the work to steal a Redbox machine. How much money could you be making off of those discs? Really?
Yeah, I know. Like free, free. I could steal something because whatever. I'm not going to get caught. But do I need 10 copies of Jerry Maguire on Blu-ray?
Right, exactly.
Like I don't need it in my life, right? Like,
how much is Super Troopers 2 going on eBay for on disc? You know?
Yeah, but this has Redbox on it, so now you need it.
People are going to get them graded. It's going to have a graded.
I'm wondering,
Redbox.
like, how much was like Redbox even charge? Like, how did they survive this long?
Shit,
Yeah,
I thought
that's
they
a good
went out
question.
of business before this year. I didn't even know they survived this long.
You could go
Years
into
ago-
Goodwill and get DVDs for like $1 or $2 or whatever.
Right.
You
We
know
have
that
multiple of those red boxes around my area here. There's one at Walmart. There's one at grocery store, things like that. And years and years ago, after Blockbuster had closed, we would rent them. My dad would especially he'd had like an account and they'd send him like coupons in the mail, like here's a free rental or whatever. So we used them for a little while, but now I got to check and see if those machines are actually still there or not, because I knew that they had gone belly up. And I think there was even an app that they had where you could like rent digitally. So I don't know why they didn't just transfer in all digital, but I think it was only like $5 or $6 for a rental, something like that.
Yeah, it was.
I thought it was cheaper. I thought they only was like, didn't they have
It
some
was-
of them for like $1 or $2?
Here and there.
When I back in the day, it was like $1.99, $2, for like the newest Adam Sandler rom-com or whatever. I'm talking about like 2011, 2012. No, really. I don't even know, man. Back in the day when they came out, like the early 2010s, even then it was kind of like physical media by and large is kind of not on its way out, but people consuming media this way was on its way out. Blockbuster. Yes, streaming was in its infancy, but it was starting to catch on real fast. And
convenience
I don't know.
wins. Like I've always said that. Whatever's more convenient, that's what people are going to go to.
Wait. Their parent company was Chicken Soup for the Soul.
Yeah, that's
What? The Redbox's parent company was Chicken Soup for the Soul.
Chicken
I never used them. We had one in front of a Walgreens by us, and one time I went to return a disc, and they had like people just laid out in front of it. I'm like, maybe this isn't the best way to consume media, Even with $1.99, the movies they had were like, it was basically you took Blockbuster's new selection and they put it on there, and then they throw like 1 or 2 or 3, out there movies and put it on there. But it was always kind of like it never caught on. I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did, to be honest with you. When you said it went out of business, and you said 2 years ago, I thought it went out much longer before that. So that kind of caught me by surprise.
It was past year.
No, it was this year.
Yeah,
July,
that's wild.
July 2024.
To answer Wes's question, the reason they were left there is because, like Walmart, they would have to pay to get rid of them, like at least $500, and so they don't want to pay it because the other place they're bankrupt, so they're not going to send people out.
So nobody really cares about this shit.
No, they're actually probably happy people are stealing it then. At this point.
because they don't want to pay the $500.
Don O'Malley, though, we definitely need to mention this because this is tomorrow night, I think. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. They've been hyping this thing up for like a year. It was originally, what was it, in the summertime or something like that. Mike Tyson hasn't fought in nearly 20 years.
Well, he did have that exhibition.
He fought Roy.
He fought
Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
year
but that
was
fight
it,
was a
though?
joke. That was a joke fight. It was just they were sparring. That was like 2 or 3 years ago.
Mike Tyson is my personal favorite boxer of all time. Back in his prime, he was, feared.
Hell yeah.
I don't believe this will tarnish his legacy. He needs money. I don't know if he needs money, but he wants money, and that's all the way I see it. Was it going to be good? Probably not.
No.
It's
If
going
it's
to be. It's got to be like
legit-
WWE. Like, I mean,
Well,
to
that's
me,
what I'm
that's
thinking,
the way
yeah.
I look at it. Like, it's not going to be a.
Yeah.
If it's a
Unless-
legit,
The only cool
It might
thing
be a
that
shit
could
show,
happen-
to be honest.
The only
He
cool
could
thing that could
embarrass
happen
himself.
would be is if Tyson just went nuts, like
Go
just
say-
forgot like what
Here's the thing,
he was
though.
supposed to do and just got pissed.
Like
And actually
Mike
taught it.
Tyson-
That would be amazing.
Mike Tyson, in my opinion, is one of the best of all time. Easy. I mean, there's no
Yep.
question. One of the best of all time.
He was a monster back then.
If he has 10% of what he had in the 80s, he should knock Jake Paul out pretty quick. But
Do you remember
he
though
is
when,
60 years old.
Do you remember
Jake
when
Paul,
Holyfield
Jake
tried
Paul will
to come back?
outbox him, though.
Holyfield was like 58 when he tried to come back. Do you remember that? Like he tried to come back a bunch of times. They finally made him quit because like he had so many like
Well,
concussions and things
do you
like that.
remember? Do you remember when Foreman came back, sort of in the '90s, and he's like, like he was facing Tommy Gunn and all these guys.
Yeah.
He was holding his own for a little bit there.
It was a respectable run for sure.
You guys
I mean-
remember when Butterbean boxed Bart Gunn at WrestleMania 15?
I watched it live. Yes,
Yeah. You remember when
Poor
Butterbean
bastard.
knocked out Johnny Knoxville? That was
Yeah.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah,
in history.
that was bad. Didn't he hit his head on like a shelf or something? Like,
Yeah,
he
almost
did.
killed himself.
yeah.
I do think it's fixed, Jackson Jack. I don't think there's no fucking.
That's what
way.
I'm curious about.
There's
yeah.
no way.
Well, here's my thing. Even if Jake Paul whips his ass, it's like, okay, you beat up a near 60-year-old man.
Right.
Like,
He's in a lose-lose
What?
situation.
yeah,
Sure.
it's so
you guys,
stupid, man.
are you all planning on like watching that? tomorrow?
I'm definitely watching it, yeah.
I'm hoping. I'm
Where's
beyond
it,
thinking
at?
it's going to be a good fight. It's Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm hoping for a shit show. I just want a total Jerry Springer disaster.
You're gonna get it.
I'm like-
I guarantee it.
You're right. I'm hoping we need to bring it back where we have these live events that are just total disasters and everybody makes fun of it for a week and it becomes. We need that as a country, We need that kind of shit. So let's just get the worst, like the most clusterfuck pay-per-view ever. That's what I'm hoping for.
I'm going to.
Butterbean got his bean buttered. I don't remember that.
Should do a watch
Creator. Is that Creator from the board?
Crater?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember him. Cool dude.
The man they call Crater.
You gotta do a watch
I'm going to
party
try to
for this
watch
fight.
that match. But the greatest boxing match of all time, Mr. T and Roddy Piper, WrestleMania 2. Period. Mic drop.
How you don't forget Street fighting Horseshack and Celebrity
Oh
Boxing.
my god!
Oh,
never
God,
seen
I forgot that. I forgot the celebrity boxing thing. That was a big deal.
That
for
was a
while.
big thing, yeah, about what was it, 20
Bring
years
that
ago or
back.
something.
Mark Ruffalo needs to get that
God.
the fuck out.
Wasn't it like Tanya Harding fought somebody in that shit?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a lot of
she?
abortions. A lot of abortions.
I'm thinking of celebrity death match.
What time
know.
is the?
Legitimate.
Somebody said it was 8:00 tomorrow night. That's
Yeah,
kinda
it's like-
early.
No.
So,
Start-
yeah,
Well, they've
8
got
o'clock.
like 2 or 3 fights ahead of it, I think.
Okay.
I think they projecting the main event to start around 11 Eastern if everything goes.
A lot of people don't remember this though, but Mike Tyson pretty much built HBO back in the day. Like
Absolutely.
his fights. I remember when I was a kid, like that was if you didn't have HBO, you were a piece of shit. Back then. You missed. You missed.
That was their
it.
motto.
Yeah, you missed it, man. Because he had like an HBO exclusive, I think, during his like glory years.
Most of them were like 5 minutes, though, was the unfortunate
Yeah,
part.
yeah.
If you bought a ticket to go to that stadium or venue, whatever, you didn't even have enough time to get drunk yet. The match would be over. He'd knock them out half the time, right?
Dude, I still have. I was like 5 years old. You know how when you're so young, you shouldn't have memories, but you have distinct memories of where you were. I remember being at my uncle's house playing with my cousin, and they were all watching the fight with Holyfield, and I just remember my uncle screaming, "He bit his ear!"
Oh, the
He
second
bit his
one?
ear." Oh
The second
my God.
fight, yeah.
Yes, where he bit his ear and his shit was hanging down to like right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember everybody was just like, "Oh my God."
he's headbutting me, man. He's fucking headbutting me. He's headbutting me.
Yeah, we actually
was
CK
gruesome.
and I were watching that live on pay per view with that.
My
happened.
uncle
I
Danny
did
said
too.
pretty much the exact same thing. But
Yep.
yeah,
Hey, dude,
I've
I
got a-
remember his interview he did with like after his shit was like literally hanging down to like almost shoulder length. It was just drooping there by a thread.
dude,
I
I've
think-
got a video we filmed because it was my dad's birthday. There's video somewhere of like reactions and stuff, and I would love to find it. That would be something killer to put up on the YouTubes. But
I'm not saying I wasn't there. I'm not saying this is what happened, but I have a feeling Mike Tyson watched Godfather Part 3 and watched the scene when Andy Garcia bites Joe Mantegna's ear in Al Pacino's office, and he probably went, I'm gonna fucking do that to somebody. I'm gonna fucking do that. Like,
I can see it. You might be right, honestly. It's the early to mid '90s.
Godfather 3 came out in 1990, so I think he had just lost the belt to Buster Douglas.
Yep.
He's
He
probably
went to
still-
prison for like what,
prison
2
for
or
like-
3 years.
yeah,
Yeah, that too. So he could have slipped in Godfather Part 3 at some point, is all I'm saying, to see that scene where he bit the guy's ear off.
It was also, not to stay too long on boxing. Do you remember this in the '90s? There was like a fight outside of Caesar's Palace. I think it was a Holyfield Riddick Bowe fight, and they had some fucking maniac in one of those propeller skydiver
he
things.
fan
He
man.
tried to dive into the ring mid-fight, and his like parachute got caught on the light fixture that lights the, and he almost like decapitated somebody because he fell in the crowd. He was hanging like a marionette and fell, and then of course, not only law enforcement, but both boxers' entourage started beating the fuck out of the guy, and he couldn't go anywhere because he was all tied up like a puppet.
Yeah, the fan is the fan man or something. I remember that.
You can find it on YouTube. It's so insane that happened like live on pay per view. It's like,
is
what
Mike
the
Tyson
fuck?
still doing his podcast?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
One of the best fucking podcasts that I've ever seen in my life. He did one with the Undertaker, and this shit. Oh my!
They're stoned.
Yeah,
I
man,
mean,
you really
it's-
rise out the grave.
I like it when you sit up in the ring, Undertaker, and you look at him.
The best one too was when he had Hezbollah on there and he thought he was a little kid. That was-
Yeah, that
He's
was
a 25-year-old man.
it's
he
a
picked him
little,
up, started like
a little uncomfortable, Aaron. It was a little uncomfortable.
hilarious.
There's an
Tickling a grown
interview
ass
where he
man.
talks about that, and he was like, "I didn't know who the fuck it was. I thought it was a
He
little
did not-
kid."
he really thought it was a little kid.
It's not
Can you
good.
imagine how
not good.
horrifying that would be to him, to that Hezbollah guy?
That's
like,
fucking great.
It's not good.
Did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he said to Jake Paul in like a press conference? Like, it was a year ago when the fight was supposed to. I can't believe he said this. He was talking to Jake Paul and he goes, "Yeah, man, yeah, I was watching those TikToks when you were 16 years old, and I started getting a hard on, man. I started." And Jake Paul was like,
That sounds like some Mike Tyson shit to say.
God bless Iron Mike. That's all I gotta say. God bless
Yeah,
Iron Mike.
he's one of a kind for sure.
It sounds like some
Yeah.
P. Diddy stuff. Is what it sounds
Yeah.
like.
Can I ask you guys one question, and for all of you, and then I'm gonna take my leave. AI imaging in movies, like remasterings of 4Ks.
Oh fuck.
Let's talk about James Cameron, because Terminator, the original one, is coming out in 4K soon. And I've seen the 4Ks for Aliens, Abyss, True Lies. What is your opinion on all that? The AI enhancement.
Rambo,
can answer
take
that
it.
better than
Yeah,
you.
Rambo.
A lot of people liked it. A lot of people defended. I'm not a fan. I think
I'm with you.
nothing wrong with doing it the old school way. I think this is a shortcut version. I don't think it's as finite as they think it is. I mean, I've heard The Abyss looks good. I was not a fan of the Aliens one. True Lies
He
covered
looked
in
like a
puke.
wax figure.
True Lies was the
Yeah.
worst one, I think, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
July.
Yeah.
the worst.
It disturbed me. Like, I'm just like, what the hell is this? Like,
Well-
there's no remnants of that film, that original film quality.
Right.
It's all
But-
scrubbed out. Like,
Right.
For example, like you guys saw Trick or Treat that was remastered. You would have that looked good, right? Looked
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, I just watched it last night. It looks amazing.
So why not do that for these movies and take
The
that
interesting
time?
thing about that is that it doesn't look too good, meaning that it still preserves like the original way the movie looked, but it just improves the picture quality some. The shit when I watch True Lies, like
it's fucking horrible.
it looks like when you put this is what it always reminds me of, when you put the judder up too high on your fucking TV and everything's like moving like a you're moving and everything
Soap
looks
opera
way
mode, right?
like waxy, like everybody's
Yeah.
moving like they're a
I'm not
wax-
going to pretend. I'm not going to pretend to know the process. I'm assuming it goes into a computer or whatever they put the film or the film elements or whatever the files in the computer and click the AI button, and the computer goes, "This is what I think a human looks like," and then
I think it's kind of
spits this out for us to view after. And I'm like, I
So
don't know.
Did you see
There's
the
people-
screenshots that they did for Jaws 3 for the
that was-
4K?
that
They
was
they
rough.
used AI.
Disturbing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, that was really really bad.
There's people that already have the Terminator 4K. If you look on the Blu-ray.com forums, there's because people have ordered it from various places and they
One of
have
my
it.
favorite movies. That's why I'm.
Of course, yeah, mine as well. So I'm still on the fence about getting it. I think I probably will from the early comments that I've seen so far. And some of the screenshots, people are saying that of the new 4K Cameron movies,
It's the
the
best
Terminator 1 is definitely there is AI upscaling for sure, and it's also not a brand new 4K transfer. It's like an older 4K transfer with AI upscaling apparently. So I guess but people are saying that it's definitely one of the better looking ones, like one of the what was the one that they said looked the best out of the new ones? The Abyss, I guess.
Abyss.
Yeah.
It was
So
the Abyss.
people are saying that it's either on par with that or maybe is slightly better or on par with that. That's the first initial comments I've seen.
I also heard that the original mono soundtrack has been put back into the Terminator, which
Right.
to
And
me
that's
is a big fucking deal because I love that original Dirty Harry gunshot sound
effect.
from the
Yeah.
80s.
Mhm.
Even the intro with the the text of the Terminator, the music, in the original mono soundtrack, you could hear like a knife scraping against steel.
the metal.
Completely eliminated from the remastered or whatever 5.1.
Right.
Drives me fucking crazy. Like, I hate that shit.
Yeah, the mono is a big draw for me too. Like I just watched the Terminator on VHS a couple months ago, one of the older VHS tapes, and it obviously has the the knife metal sound effects in the intro and the old school gunshot effects and whatnot. So I think I'll probably get it for that. I'll be interested to hear the 5.1, but that mono is definitely going to be a draw for me as well.
I'm probably gonna get it myself. I just wondering, because
it's it's $25 on Amazon right now. So, I mean, to me, I love that movie so much. And if people are saying that it's one of the better 4Ks, even though we know there is AI done to it, I don't know. I do want it, but there's obviously going to be a ton of more people doing reviews on it in the next week. It's going to be blowing up YouTube. So we'll have people complaining, people praising it. I don't know. I have not seen any of those new Cameron 4Ks, so I don't really have a.
I don't recommend them. I kept my I love Aliens, and I didn't buy the 4K. I've just kept my original the Blu-ray copy. But sorry, just a little anecdote topic on the Terminator. Have any of you guys ever met Linda Hamilton?
She lives about 20 minutes. She lives 20 minutes from where I'm at. No shit.
Really? You met
Nobody
her?
knows this. Yes. I haven't met her, but I know somebody that has. She's lives.
I met her like 10 years ago by chance. I guess she was at a convention downtown Toronto. I didn't even know about the convention. She's outside, she's puffing her cigarette, and I'm with my friend. I'm like, that's fucking Linda Hamilton. And I'm like, should I go up to her and, be like a stupid fanboy? Anyway, I went up to her. Couldn't have been nicer. Like an absolute sweetheart. I go up to her.
That's what I heard too. Yeah.
Miss Hamilton, I know you're on your smoke break, but I just wanted to tell you. And she said, "Oh, that's okay, sweetie. Don't worry about it." And I'm like, just wanted to say, Terminator is like the first movie I ever saw as a kid. You're like one of the first actors I ever saw. She's like, "Oh, your parents let you watch that when you were a kid?" And I'm like, "Yeah, they did." She's like, "Oh, I should have a talk with your parents."
It was a different time. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Camp Flashback, though, welcome. I don't think you've ever been in one of the live streams before, so good to see some fresh faces in here.
Thank you. No, I haven't. I've been meaning to for a long time, but I had something on my chest I had to get off, so came to the right place.
Uh-oh.
Let's have it.
Have at it. What you got?
I'm ready for just about
It's just-
anything at this point.
No, I'm kidding. No, it's just people talking about, make DVDs great again. Well, brother, I'm sorry to break it to you. They've been great for a long time.
Hell yeah.
Shit.
And if you really don't believe me, come on, boys. Where are you going to get the Reader Blockbuster exclusive? How about the greatest superhero movie since The Punisher? Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Rambo's a big fan of that one, right?
Now,
Hey,
what
I'll
other-
say
Actually, I am. I saw the
she's
theater.
still hot.
Listen, I can't agree with Congo Rambo, but I can't get with Daredevil.
that movie-
Jennifer Gardner's still smoking hot though, man.
I've got my
She's
copy
still-
of Into the Pit here as well. So, intothepitthemovie.com. All of the remaining copies left, right, Uncle Bill?
And that's signed. I
Right.
see. That's signed.
Yeah, mine's limited. How can I get the professor to sign this? Uncle Bill's professor.
Bill-
from the movie.
I think
That's
they're
a
all
good
dead at
question.
this point, right?
Yeah, they are, I believe.
That's too bad. No, thank you for having me, man. I've been watching you guys for a few years. Not as long as everybody else, but just been
Well, good,
watching.
good to
in the
get you on
shadows.
here, man. Yeah, DVD is a format, though. I mean, you can talk about technical mumbo jumbo all you want to. Is DVD the best physical media format of all time?
Definitely the most successful, yeah.
Staying power. I would
Yes.
just have
Yeah.
Walmart today and brand new films at DVDs.
1997 is when DVD debuted. So, how many years ago was that? I don't even know.
I will argue that Laserdisc, although obviously it didn't last, Laserdisc, just the jacket, like there was the size of vinyl cover. Creepshow 3. Hell yeah.
That's killer.
It'd be better you stoned it in a fireplace, to be honest with you.
Put that away.
I did
For the love of
crack up
God.
that Screen Factory had
But
the
it's-
Creepshow 3 Blu-rays for like,
Limited too.
yeah, they were on like clearance. I don't remember how cheap they were. I think they're like still like $18 or $19, but
Oh, I got that one
This is
too.
the gold. It's a gold standard DVD. I'll never get rid of this DVD. Even the 4K of the first Alien is one of the best 4Ks there are. But as far as
Little
features,
motherfuckers.
all of them.
hell yeah.
Oh shit!
Are we just showing DVDs? now?
Yeah, we
Do I need
just
to go
do-
grab
Here,
some DVDs?
everyone else doing it. I might as
No,
well just
I'm
say
showing VHS, boys.
Thunderbolt in handcuffs. There you go. I will.
But really, I mean, for a lot of movies, for me, I mean, I'm still fine just watching the fucking DVD. Like, I watched Murder Rock on, and that's fine. Like, I don't need to upgrade fucking Murder Rock. on
No, you
DVD.
don't.
It's
I agree.
fine.
But you gotta get. Come on.
What is that?
Here, let me show a couple DVDs. I got American Movie, still
That's
one of the greatest documentaries.
You really don't
That's
need a
on
Blu-ray.
4K.
That. I love that movie, but yeah, come on, it's a documentary.
And then
Oh,
you
God,
guys,
you got Garrett in here hyped up again. We have to hear
There you
this.
go.
yeah, you
Where's he
you've
at?
awoken.
Here, we're DVDs.
Here,
There you go.
Canceling each other.
CK and Uncle Bill, you guys are gonna like this one. This is
Yeah.
actually, I think, worth some money. This is the Paradise Lost double feature
Oh, hell.
DVD.
Right.
It's like both DVDs in a box set. And I looked this up on eBay like a couple years ago, and it was still, I got the cellophane on it still and everything. But I mean,
These are
yeah,
great
you
documentaries.
guys are champions of that documentary
Oh, yeah.
too.
Oh yeah.
That's
That's a
great.
documentary I would buy again. Is there a Blu-ray of that? I don't know. Maybe
No.
Those
Yeah,
are great.
yeah, but this is a killer set.
Yeah, the first two in particular. I love the first two.
Oh yeah. It's
Listen,
just
I'm about to drop the bomb on all you guys because I got the greatest DVD cover of all time. You guys are gonna be like, "That's all-time classic." Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 with Dennis Hopper on it.
Yeah.
What a
He's
fucking
looking like,
cover.
It's better. It's better than, remember that it was like white. It was white and black
Oh
with
my
like
God.
body parts on it. That one was terrible. That one, the Dennis Hopper one, kicks its ass.
Yo,
at
come
least.
on. He looks spooked in this picture, doesn't he? He's like, oh,
Somebody
my God.
called me out. They wanted me to show off my Peter on here. So here we go. Cruel Peter.
Cruel Peter.
Yeah. I can't believe Cruel Peter took down a video, man. What the hell?
Sons of bitches.
But yeah, I mean, we obviously, all of us still have our DVDs. We're keeping them around. So, and I don't plan on getting rid of any of this stuff. I mean, these are just some of the ones I have out. All my other ones are boxed up. But
I still have my Savage Streets. Do you remember when BCI put out the 2-disc of Savage Streets
Oh,
on
yeah.
DVD? Holy shit, that was an amazing release. I still have that thing.
Me too. It's classic.
That's
Have you
still
guys
probably the
Sorry.
best that Savage Streets has ever got as far as like a physical media and the artwork and everything.
Yeah.
I have I'm sure you have it, the Code Red. I have the Code Red. I believe it was them, right? They put it on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
I've got the weird one that's like pink, like the slipcover.
Yes.
is like
It's
bright
blue and
pink.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were we going to
You
say?
guys,
Rambo?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to ask: has anyone experienced a disc rot from DVDs and stuff?
I haven't.
I haven't.
What?
No.
Not that I've noticed.
Warner Brothers, my friends. Watch out for Warner Brothers. TV shows, old movies. I thought it was bullshit too, and I've experienced it. And I actually just recently, I was watching. I don't know. You guys ever heard of Cruising with Al Pacino?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
freaking,
yeah.
freaking's big around here.
Yeah. So I put on the DVD because I heard like when Freakin' was alive, he used to kind of fuck with some of his movies when he put them out on Blu-ray, like Exorcist and all that. So I wanted to watch the original, closer to the original version. So I put on my Warner Brothers DVD, frozen, buddy, and it would not budge after, and my whole player would shut down. So I would watch
Well,
out for
that was
those
a-
Warner.
Disc rot was a big thing in Laserdisc too, though. I remember
That's
that.
true.
That was
That's
hardcore in Laserdiscs.
I got a rotten
Especially
disc.
like the major studios. Like it was usually the big studios that had the issue.
Watch out for your Warner Brothers stuff.
I mean, we all know that Warner Brothers is of the utmost quality. Look at its Exorcist. Oh shit!
That was perfect.
I was going to ask: did anyone get this in?
Oh yeah, I did actually.
No,
Oh,
not yet. I got the
Yeah.
standard edition. I am so hyped for it. Although I like the imprint version better, I'm so hyped for that, man. God.
It weighs like a
Is
metric ton, man. It's like a brick. You could kill somebody with it.
Let me ask you this. I forget, is the Curse of the Blair Witch featured on that as well?
Yeah,
I
it says
love
it
that
does.
too.
It says it is
All right.
on the
Yeah.
special features.
Sure is.
Because I feel like the Curse of the Blair Witch is so overlooked. That's such a creepy mockumentary, man.
It's also got a rigid slipcase. It's rigid as fuck, Card. I don't know.
Oh,
if you
is
know
it rigid? Damn.
Yeah, it's rigid.
Can you
No,
I got the
no-
standard
knock on
edition.
it? We can tell
No
how
part
hard it is.
two?
Yeah.
No Blair Witch part two?
How rigid that is. No, actually, what company put that out? They put out one and two.
Imprint.
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 Oh,
Imprint.
umbrella. Okay.
What was that one called?
It's
Book of Souls or something?
Book of Shadows.
Book of Shadows.
Book of shit, because that movie is full of shit.
Hey, it's back.
Hey, look,
That's
the
Jim
Secret of
bullshit.
Ursula was fucking killer. Now I don't give a shit what anybody says. That was
Yeah.
cool.
All right,
Curse of what?
it's better. It's better than Blair Witch 2016. but
Ursula.
Jesus, that ain't saying much.
Oh, okay. Well, that. Hey,
Do you
you want to
remember,
piss on or shit on?
Do you guys remember around that time when there was all these sort of sequels to these sort of classic franchise? Like there was Carrie, The Rage Part 2, and some other ones I can't remember at the moment. But there was like
Children
a trend
of the
going on.
Corn had one.
The Rage was actually pretty damn good, though. I actually always thought that one was kind of underrated.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Is
It's
that
kinda
the
cool.
one with Angela Bassett, or is that the one with?
No, you're thinking of the TV movie.
Remake.
Okay. So the Rage was that was the
That's
Who smells
the
in
Rage. The Rage is the one where the two dudes that fuck with her at prom look like the headbangers from the WWF, and they get their heads decapitated.
Yeah.
It's very
Yeah.
like late 90s, yeah.
It's Thrasher and Mosh, yeah.
There's a ton of really good practical effects in that, though. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I like it.
Well, Kat Shea,
fine.
Kat Shea, the director, she was talented, man. She made some pretty. I interviewed her back in the day when I had the Fearox podcast. She's a talented woman, man. She made Strip to Kill and a movie called Streets. She's got some good stuff.
Carrie 3 will star Tony Moran and Mr. McMahon.
What?
You're gonna bleed.
I'm the only one that's Michael Myers, you fucking bitch.
Guys, I'm gonna head out, but it's been an absolute pleasure talking with all of you. Wes, Aaron, guys, have me on again. I'll talk whatever you want. You want to talk about bleaching assholes? I'll do it. Whatever you want.
Right
We'll
now,
do a whole
let's
show
talk
on
about
that.
it.
Bro,
Yeah,
I'll
man, it's
skip
great
that
to
one.
see you again.
You too,
Yeah,
guys.
man. You take care. It was good. We'll do it again, hopefully.
That's for sure.
All right, man. Take it easy.
You're muted, Antonio. You're muted.
I think he's heading
Okay.
out.
Gotcha.
All right. But what do you guys, either the Mats, Carta, Stuntman, Can't Flashback, and you guys got anything you wanted to bring up on here? Anything else?
Yeah, real quick before I'm just gonna say my piece. I'm tired of you boys shitting on Congo. Okay, I gotta defend Congo over here.
Fuck. Do
It's
you
not
have
that
to
My
good.
man.
defend it?
You guys are putting over King Frat and shitting on Congo. It's
Dude,
not
King
gonna
Frat's
happen.
a
Not on my
classic.
watch.
King
No.
Frat's
I
a
mean,
classic.
That's what I'm talking about, my man. See?
my
Come on,
See,
we
you gotta
got
listen.
albino
There you go.
killer
There you go.
gorilla.
There you go.
There we go.
look at him.
The magic word. Stop
Dude,
getting
this-
that
okay.
Sesame King.
You like that power glove he's got on?
Let me ask you
I love
this.
You
Let me
got
ask
you
all
got
this.
Tim
Freddy
Curry
said,
chewing
Congo,
scenery so much.
Wizard, power gloves are bad, motherfucker.
He's talking through some sort of voice
Before
box.
Vinegar Syndrome
Hippopotamus
announced
attack.
Congo, who the fuck was talking about Congo? Who?
Me.
I was.
I was like, it's a
was
good
funny.
movie that everybody shits on Congo. That's right.
If they did release
Me,
Last
Andy, me,
Slumber
good
Party
gorilla.
and shit, they could that's what it was.
Oh man.
It's a silly movie. I'm not gonna say it's a ridiculous movie, but it's fun. You got Tim Curry chewing the scenery. The premise of albino, like demonic gorilla, it's so out there. It's ridiculous. I mean, put it this way: y'all crap on that, but Vinegar Syndrome releases shit like Terror Tin Killer and stuff like that.
I see
so-
Carta. It's that Dracula as a mantis.
Nobody listen. That is, Dracula as a praying mantis is better than the whole Congo movie.
Come on,
But
I'm sure it is.
nobody ever said Terror Tin Killer was a good movie. Nobody said that.
no.
I just watched
They
it
released
last
it.
night for the first time.
Did you love it?
I'm sorry for you.
I fell asleep like twice.
Yeah, you will.
Oh,
It's perfect for
It was
like if you
horrible.
can't fall asleep.
I like how that one
You
scene
wanna
that
watch it?
girl's tits get bigger, like for like 2 minutes or whatever.
What do you think's the worst slasher ever? I still say
The last
categorically.
Slumber
No,
This one?
even worse than Scream 81 or 82, whatever it is.
Party.
Like
What is that on there?
Last Slumber Party.
Yeah,
Oh
I think
my
I
God.
think I think that's the worst fucking slasher film. I really do.
No,
I was
I
watching
think-
the DVD before I jumped on.
I'll tell you one that's worse.
Scream is 80s. Yeah,
Scream
it's so
81.
bad. It's
No, Unhinged for sure.
Unhinged is really, really bad. too.
That's
Yeah.
really a big piece of shit.
What's that one?
Madhouse.
There's one you guys covered. Oh, I'm sorry. There's one you guys covered this summer for the Slashback, and it was horrible. It was like the Halloween ripoff. I forgot what it's called.
Offering.
Offering?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Yeah,
bad. I gotta
there's-
give you that.
There's as boring as all these movies are. It's not a slasher, but Uncle Bill, you can attest to me. The most I don't even know what to do. This movie is so boring. It was like an out of body experience. It was a Joe D'Amato shark movie called what was it? Deep Blood.
Deep, yeah, something like that. I think it was. Deep
It's
Blood.
one of
Oh, that
you
sounds
get
good.
you get a half an hour sequence of just people scuba diving underwater for it, and that's it.
It's just one of those things where they were trying to rip off Jaws, and they just put together a bunch of scenes that really wasn't really a movie. It's just a bunch of
No.
like long scenes of people swimming, and then scenes of real like great whites or real tiger sharks or shit like that. And then they just splice it together. That's it. It's one of the most boring
So I
movies
have a
ever.
confession to make. Congo is a great film. I don't care what I said before I lied. It's a freaking great movie. And
Yeah,
I wish
That's
I
not
could-
man.
I already
That's
bought
not
two,
me.
And that's enough.
Please
Man, if you don't quit this AI shit,
put that to his picture. Do it, Matt.
He's
see,
like
that's
an
the
AI
dangers of
wizard.
AI.
Speaking of
hope
which,
it's
I do
fun.
have one more clip here. I'm gonna get it in before I forget. Hang on just a second here.
Oh boy,
This
what's
is a good one. Like I've watched this probably a dozen times. There we go.
Labor war will be ended as soon as I enter office. Not many of you know. I was good friends with Banana Man, and he was shocked at Demon Dave's behavior. I'm going to make a huge deal, one of the biggest ever with Dark Force Entertainment.
It's gonna be tremendous.
Yeah,
What the hell is
huge.
I said, and this might be controversial. I hope he deports David Gordon Green to Mexico. That would be insane. For a year, just a year for Exorcist
Just a
believers.
year.
You know? Yeah.
He's
Give
getting
me
expedited.
Coswell, you know? Yeah.
Jack. I ain't saying that. I'll get in trouble.
Yeah.
But it does. I agree. Yeah.
Yes,
Dude, I
there
love
was.
Hack-O-Lantern.
Hack-O-Lantern's
is
fucking
actually,
great, though.
yeah, that's actually
Yeah.
a great stupid film. Yeah.
I don't know if it's the
That
worst.
band.
The one that popped in my head was Bloody Murder from 2000.
You just watched
Oh,
that, didn't
Trevor?
you? I just saw
Yeah.
a review of that one. Yeah.
It's horrible.
Well, go back to what you guys said before. We were talking about the worst slasher films. Rambo, you've seen a lot. What is the worst slasher movie you've ever seen?
Fuck, I made a list. I have to look at my list of the worst films. Just I've seen a lot of them.
We got a super chat here though from Bronson. What are your
This
thoughts on
chat,
the
man.
deleted scene from Trick or Treat where Eddie dreams about being a barbarian? I haven't seen that scene.
That's in the documentary. That's no joke. He's actually telling the truth. There's a whole scene where like he's dressed up like fucking Conan or something that they cut out of the movie that was actually in Fangoria.
Really?
And it was part of like the press, like that it was going to be in there. Never
I'm
was.
sorry. Matt Gonzalez, that's a fantastic comment. I don't know if CK wants to put that.
David Gordon Green.
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah. We can do that one.
What about this
Yeah, I
one? This is entertaining. Rambo, can you show? He wants to show it.
Because he's a baby. He's hungry.
He is Babyface Thompson.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta tease him the whole time. That's what he is.
This is like a Diddy party all of a sudden.
Oh God.
The Prowler is kind of boring too, but I don't think it's the most boring.
No.
Nah,
I'm trying to
Scream
think like
82.
Yes, that one is just fucking like
It's
have any of
torture.
you guys seen that one? The early like 80s Scream movie? Where literally
I didn't
like
see
and
that
Uncle
one.
Bill's joked about this before, but seriously, it's just a bunch of people fucking standing around like for most of it.
Not looking like they know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, and very poorly lit, like old West Town or something like that.
Mhm.
It's really shitty.
Yeah, it's bad.
So, all right. While this chat's going fucking crazy over here, I got a question then. What's your release of the year? This will probably be the last one of these we do before.
Trick or treat.
It's got to be Trick or Treat or The Hitcher.
Yeah, one of those two.
Ooh.
I'll have to.
I was gonna say either.
I haven't watched, much of the Trick or Treat disc yet, so I can't really say.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it would be for me. It would be between the Hitcher or Trick or Treat. I think.
I would say Hitcher, and honestly, I haven't watched Trick or Treat yet, so I just got in today, so I can't judge. But the Hitcher 1 and Cemetery Man 2, because that picture quality is beautiful.
Yeah, you're right.
It's great.
What about any of them that because it's kind of unfair in a way because these sets are obviously going to be at the top of everybody's list because of all the packaging and all the extra goodies you get. But are there any that you have in mind that aren't an ultra deluxe special edition that was just like a more of a standard or just a regular special edition that really stand out?
Just like a personal favorite, you mean?
Yeah, not the biggest, baddest ones, but just something that was really stood out to you. That
So
was
much
not
shit
the box.
came out this year. I have a hard time remembering, honestly.
Yeah, me too.
I
thought.
I don't know.
I thought Severin did a great job with that clones of Bruce Lee set. It's just something completely unique that they knocked it out of the park with that one. Just a beautiful set, and the documentary is really a lot of fun. And I haven't watched a lot of the movies yet, but I just think that was a unique concept for a box set, and I'm sure it took a long time to put all that together.
For me, this is probably the standard release that I've enjoyed the most. It just came out like a month ago, though. Severin put this out. It's Allison's birthday. I believe it was an Australian TV movie. I watched it for the first time like a year or two ago, and it's one of those ones where it might be a slow burn for some people, a little boring, but the last 30 minutes are really something. And I love this movie. It's become one of my maybe I don't know, I guess favorite TV movies, which is not many, but TV horror movies.
I'm kind of a fan of the 70s TV horror movies. There was a lot of them around that time period, it seems like.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that Case of the Bloody Iris one for me would be one on my top, near the top of the list. Speaking of, I don't know if you guys saw they've already got pre-orders up for their next title, the Short Night of Glass Dolls, I think is the one that they're doing next.
That's it.
And price tag is pretty hefty on it, I will say. It's I think it's over $60, right? But
sure,
it does come with it. It does come with the oversized lobby cards again, and I think it comes with another thing as well. It's exclusive to their website.
Case of the Bloody Ass. I haven't seen that.
I mean, I'll probably get the Glass Dolls one. I'm just kind of holding off for a little while before I pull the trigger because I know I think it's a good ways out still. So I don't. But then again, they don't actually charge you until it ships, so that's kind of nice. So I guess there's really no reason to wait too long on it. But
what's the name of the company that did that? What's that site again?
Oh shit! It's is that the celluloid
Dreams?
Celluloid Dreams.
Yeah.
Okay. Those were Blue Underground titles. I wonder how they got those.
I don't think Bill Lustig gives a shit anymore. By being honest,
That's true.
Doesn't seem to.
Hey, I have a question.
Yeah.
Sorry to divert from the conversation, but you guys just reminded me of something. I've been out of the loop for a while. Did we ever figure out who or what Sandpiper Pictures is?
No.
Still no.
It's a scam.
We're still trying to figure. I'll tell you this though, they are putting out Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3, and somebody was asking about that earlier, and it's those, as far as we know, those are the same as the Scream Factory one. Which is, if it's the same as the Scream Factory one, that means it's just a DVD port onto a Blu-ray, and there's really nothing else to it.
You guys remember from a few years ago, there was a website, Garrett would talk about it a lot. It's called Stinky Tuna. You guys remember that?
No.
It was their signature was, instead of the blue top of the Blu-ray, it was pink. You know, get it? But dude, they would push shit out like Star Wars Holiday Special in 4K. Shit they had clearly no right to. They would just put, and then they're gone from like off the face of it. You can Google them and nothing comes up. It was the funniest thing. They were just putting out whatever.
Another super chat from Bronson. Trick or Treats from '82 needs a new release. Now that's another Code Red. I think that was a Code Red one back in the day.
Jesus, why?
It was. I got that actually. It's not really any good.
What does it move? What's something that doesn't have a Blu-ray or 4K release that you want? Because I know one off the top of my head, and Rambo's going to agree with me, but I'm curious what you guys think.
Meatballs 3, man. That's one I definitely want.
Patrick Dempsey.
Yes. Yeah.
There you go.
Never had a DVD release even. What?
I mean, obviously King Pratt too.
Yeah.
Who owns King
Goes without
Pratt?
saying.
Yeah.
Do you know who owns King
I have
Pratt?
no
Nobody
idea.
knows. Ken
We're looking for him.
Wiederhorn, who also directed Return of the Living
Who's
Dead
to
Part 2. I think Felcher tried to ask him when he was working on oddly enough, working on the Return of the Living Dead 2 Blu-ray, and yeah, I think he was just kind of a director for hire for that. It was a Canadian movie. It's nobody knows. I don't think it ever received an official DVD in the U.S. either.
Well, if it ever comes out, you guys need to do the commentary for it.
This is one that I'm really looking forward to. I think, is it already out or is it coming out?
No,
soon?
no, they had. There's no pre-order or anything still, so
Wasn't that Kino that was? Yeah,
Kino Cult. Yeah,
Felcher's working on it, but I don't know.
I know it's coming out.
Listen,
yeah, I don't know.
The one I want, and you guys might laugh at me. I don't give a damn. Somebody please release the Roger Corman Carnosaur trilogy on Blu-ray or 4K. That's all I'm asking for. Especially 2 and 3. The first one's just whatever, but come on, man. 90s dinosaur schlock. I'm surprised Vinegar Syndrome. It's right up their alley. Like it made those movies were huge in the video stores back in the day. People will remember them.
I think Scream Factory owns Corman. They released Watchers 2, which I have, that got out of print. That was the same Concord.
Yeah, they had like a big deal with Roger Corman like for many, many years. But I don't know that I think there's some issues with some of those titles. So if they had never did they ever do Carnosaur on DVD or anything? Shout Factory back in the day?
They did. No, not Shout. They had like a long early 2000s. Those are long. It's been out of print for like 20 years.
I was gonna say
Carnosaur
Home Night
3,
2.
man.
Yep.
This is my favorite movie of all time, and been waiting on this one.
I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something, man. If Felcher put that out like he did Trick or Treat, I think it would sell out like that too.
I think so too. I think if this got a killer 4K from Vinegar Syndrome, it would blow up. I think it's 17 years now since the last official release, and I don't know. Felcher said the rights are kind of tied up somewhere. I forget what company he mentioned, but it's one of those Canadian companies that got swallowed by a company that got swallowed by another company, and been waiting on them. All of them. I enjoy even the sequels, which are not really good, but I love them. I watch them all the time.
I agree. I like part 2 way better than the first Prom Night, if you want me to be honest with you. It's a good movie.
I've got 3 and 4 on DVD, but I haven't watched it in forever. I just got it out of storage because I was like, I don't even remember those movies. But like,
yeah, they're not great, but they're fun.
Well, there's a bunch of those. I think Artisan did the DVDs, and they did like some of the later Howling sequels that never came out again. And
the marsupials.
We need part 7.
Oh fuck! This fucking guy again.
Telling me bad, Mark. It's killer, man. I didn't know
they're still performing.
Shit.
What about Belle Viv though? They're going to be on there.
That's great. That's hilarious, man.
So, Marker, how is it in the Hamptons?
It's great. It's great. I go there every week.
By your pool.
The jacuzzi.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Who the fuck is this fucking guy?
Babyface Thompson. I went to all my proms.
He wants my nipple. He's mad I'm not having my
Same.
nipple.
This is the
Buddy,
same
fuck
fucking
you.
mook bastard that talk about titties and like wanting to suck on Rambo's tit.
He's just,
Yeah, buddy.
he's just trying to get a reaction. He's lonely.
Hey, I like prom night, the
Needs
first
somebody
one.
to pay attention to him.
And I like titties, just not yours.
We encourage trolls here, sir.
No hairy tits, please.
Hey, who's putting out gator bait?
Oh, that was
No, it's coming out.
Everybody was like taken back by fucking gator.
no. I remember that it was supposed to be TerraVision. Remember, and then they just fucking
Was it?
Yeah, they were like, "We're putting out gator bait," and then you never heard anything else about it. Like a year later, or
I
something.
heard somebody say something about it on somebody's stream, like
TerraVision
very
people
recently.
Yeah.
So it said, I don't remember if it was Garrett that said it. I think it might have been Garrett. He said like, "Oh yeah, gator bait is coming out."
The fuck
So
is gator bait?
Gator bait is a killer,
like from
really
the
low budget
70s or
exploitation movie. Yeah.
Huh.
But I know it was TerraVision because like they've not really done anything with it.
Well, they said they were going to do Rocktober Blood as well, and then
Right.
they got everybody's hopes up with that one.
Like 2 years
Yeah.
ago.
I'll buy it. I mean, definitely. I just didn't know if anybody had like the scoop.
Oh.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
It's the woke creepy Kentuckian, y'all. He's back.
Priorities.
Yeah, Rambo. Gator bait's pretty good actually. I mean, it's really entertaining. I know Uncle
okay.
Bill likes it.
Whew.
Didn't you do a watch? Wasn't it a watch along for Gator bait, or was that
No, it was
a review
it
that
was
was
just
yeah
a review. Yeah,
yeah it was part of one of the series.
I think there's a Gator bait 2 in there.
Yeah,
Yeah, as well.
yeah. We did that
Like
on
Southern
one of the
Justice or
reviews.
something like that. Gator Bait 2 Southern Justice.
I can't remember what the name of that video was because I think I was on there. We were talking about gator bait, and
It was like one of those exploitation.
It
shows.
was.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what the hell was the other movie. Okay, it was Gator bait, and there was another. Was it? Wasn't the one with Big
Walking
Bad Mama?
Tall.
Was it?
not Walking Tall. Was it? Was it Walking Tall? No, the one
Walking
where the guy
Tall
has
was on one
his
of them,
face
too.
wrapped up at the end. His face is all wrapped up from getting the shit beat out of him at the bar. Damn, what was it? I'm totally forgetting it
No,
now.
it's Gator Bait 2 Confessions of a Gator Bait.
Jesus.
I mean, listen, Orca's coming out next year, so I'm
In 4K.
excited for that.
Hell yeah.
Dude, Orca's great, man. That's exploitation if there ever was one. Orca. It's Death Wish with a whale. Like,
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
What the fuck?
and whale miscarriage.
Jesus.
So
Everyone wants my titties today. So
This
that's what it's
fucking
for.
man, I'm about to start kicking.
Rambo,
people
you're gonna have to. Rambo, you might have to open up a fucking OnlyFans for these guys.
Yeah.
I guess I should. I didn't know. I know what shirt I'm wearing first.
Add it to your list of PayPal, Patreon, only at the beginning of all your videos.
It was I'm looking on YouTube now to see if I can find out what it was. You got a playlist for that, right? Exploit, yeah, you do.
Yeah.
It was
My
Big Bad-
prediction
it
for
was
This is a
Big
new
Bad
shirt,
Mama.
dickhead.
I'm telling
Here we
Rambo.
go. Listen, this ain't the guy you want to fuck with. I promise you. It's not.
Well, we've actually got a little bit of rant saved. I mean, we can save Rambo some of his breath here. Hang on just a second.
How about you lay off the balls in your mouth? I'm sorry if you are tired of sucking dick and you need to lick taint balls now. I'm sorry that you're a loser who only eats ass every other day. I'm sorry that you're so goddamn bored with your life. You're such a nobody, a nothing, an insignificant little ant. So bored with your life. You have nothing going on in your life. You have no girlfriend, no boyfriend, no friend in the world you to talk to. You're a nobody. You're nothing. You're a waste of space. You're a fleck on a ant's ass. Cry some tears. Get some more milk out of your mom's titties. Stop stiffing your dad's jockstrap. Get your tongue out of your brother's asshole.
that was a beauty.
That went on like.
Oh, when I was checking that, I was like, God damn it, I'm clipping this shit. This is fucking gold.
I forgot I said all that.
Rambo sounds like my wife.
Oh, you were right. BK was right. It was Walking Tall. It was Walking Tall, Gator Bait, and Big Bad Mama.
Yeah. Okay. I knew Big Bad Mama was in there somewhere.
You guys should review Big Mama's House with Martin Lawrence. That'd be a good explanation.
Franchise.
Hey, here we go. Let's talk about this real quick. We know now that the new Scary Movie is officially coming out, and it officially will have the spoof Ghostface in it again. And they said, well, I don't know if you saw the video of the guy who plays Ghostface and Officer Doofy. He just did a YouTube video showing off his original like screen used props. He has the original mask, the What's Up mask, and he basically confirmed that they're going to be spoofing like all the newer Scream movies and even maybe Terrifier in the new one.
Of course.
So
I can see it.
Just be funny. That's the only thing. Just be funny. Don't be try hard. Like those scary movies, they ruined, like, especially Scream. The whole ending sequence with Scream, as good as it is, Matthew Lillard's performance, especially the way they were. But wait, there's more. Just,
but the Wayans brothers, they bought the rights back now. So I feel like if anybody's going to do it right, it's got to be them.
Did you know that because I've always contended that Scary Movie 3 was funny, it was good, but it just wasn't as good, but it was still funny. I had no idea. Marlon Wayans said it on a podcast, they wrote the treatment, and then the Weinsteins basically effed them over, took their treatment and gave it to someone else. And, when you have their treatment, you throw Leslie Nielsen in the mix, of course it's going to be like, a hit. But yeah, they got screwed big time.
I remember the last one that they did that had like Lindsay Lohan in it. What one was that?
There was like 5.
Yeah.
That movie
I'm gonna
was
tell you
like...
the truth though. Like part 3 with the fucking guy, what was his name? George? Was that his fucking name? Like
Which one?
The one that wanted to be like a rapper or whatever.
The Simon Rex character.
Simon Rex
when they did the 8 Mile.
That's gold, man. That whole thing with him is gold. I'm gonna do what's that? To have a dream. That whole thing is amazing.
They're making fun of the scene from 8 Mile where Eminem pukes in the toilet before he raps. And he opens up the stall and he just pukes, and some dude was already taking a shit in the stall. He just got
that third one, I haven't seen that in a long ass time. You're bringing back memories now.
Some funny shit in the third.
I haven't seen any of those movies in a long time.
I still think the first is the best one because the way it parodies Scream in particular is so good. Like that last ending sequence is ruined for me. Also the little shit, like in the beginning of Scream when Neve Campbell and her dad have a little heartfelt moment. It's ruined for me because in Scary Movie, it's like he's like, I'm going away for the weekend. If the cops come by, hurry up and ditch the weed, and it's just like telling her how to get rid of the drugs in the house. Yeah.
He also said that, like, because they have the new I Know What You Did Last Summer that's coming out, that's in the works now. And he had said, like, if it's not out by the time they're getting ready to start filming Scary Movie 6 or whatever, that they're going to actually get a hold of the script for the new I Know What You Did. And so that they can have like accurate jokes for what's apparently going to be in the film. So it's supposedly, it sounds, as long as he's accurate on his word, it's going to be like very similar to the first Scary Movie and the second one in that spirit of like not holding back with the jokes and not being so PC.
Will they bring Chris Elliott back with the fuck?
I was just thinking that. There's no better scene in any of those movies.
That's the best character in the second movie. You take that character out, you
is.
ruin 80% of like all the best jokes in the sequel. So
I'm gonna walk away.
So I'm really excited.
What the fuck is Chris Elliott doing? I mean, that could probably.
Yeah, he's probably not doing it.
Yeah. You gotta get him back.
What do you think it was missing from you in particular, Phantasm? What do you think was missing? Did you see like those haunted house movies that the Wayans did?
Oh god.
I may have like seen some of them. Like, it's been so long.
So I'm pretty sure they had like complete control with some of that stuff, and like they did other spoof stuff, but none of them just didn't connect the same way the first two scary movies did. You know what I mean? Like none of the jokes landed for me. I don't know. It was something about them. They just didn't work for me.
I honestly kind of wonder if part of the problem was that horror movies at that time were in such a bad way that they really didn't even have that good of source material to joke about. You know what I mean? Like
I could kind of see that. Yeah.
Was
back
that
in the
was
first
that
two,
around
they
the
had-
time of Insidious and Conjuring? It was around I haven't seen those movies. Was that around that era when those came out?
It was a lot of ghost stuff and possession.
Paranormal
stuff out of the
Activity,
time.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just feel like they had better source material to make fun of with the first two because they had Scream, they had, you know, the second one, everything they did with that. So, and all those movies are back now. So I feel like if they just try and make it at least in that similar vein of being like movie accurate, you know, the first Scary Movie is so accurate to how Scream was,
Right. Yeah.
that if they really take that formula and stick to it and keep it in that spirit for the new one, it could, I'm hoping that it works like the first two did. I don't want to try and hype myself up too much for it or anything, but I grew up with those, you know, those first three, and I'm really hoping that they're able to kind of not worry about what they're allowed to make fun of and what they're not.
Yeah.
And just do it, you know, because that's what made the OGs work.
Yeah, I just hope it's not a situation of like Dumb and Dumber 2 or shit like that, where it's been so long. Like, they still can lightning really strike twice?
I don't think comedies can work anymore, though. People are too easily offended.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say. Those first, especially the first two and the third one as well. There's so many jokes in those movies that you can't even repeat on here that are so good.
Well, you know what?
It can come back. Somebody's just got to have the balls to do it, because there's plenty of people like us that are itching for something like that, you know, something funny.
We might be able to do it for the next 4 years now. Who knows?
Yeah, at this point, yeah. What's anybody going to say at this point? You know, it's like, fuck it. Like, I mean,
is cancel culture really still a thing? Are they going to get canceled for that?
Not really.
I think Shane Gillis's career. I think Shane Gillis's career proved that cancel culture is not a thing anymore. Like,
everybody's just really tired of that at this point, man. Like, it's falling apart completely. And the whole thing with Disney is a perfect example of that. Like the Star Wars shit, people just don't care about that shit anymore, and they're kind of proving that. So,
you don't hear too much about it now. So,
the last thing that I had on here, though, Severin's starting to make some announcements for their.
Sorry, cancel Mark being rich. All right.
How many of these are you going to pre-order, Mark? Have you heard about any of the 4Ks from Severin that they're working on?
Yeah, I saw the what was it, Rats or something?
Yeah,
hell yeah, dude.
And I saw the other one in the Discord. I haven't gone to
Alive's one, Slay the Cannibal God, Delicatessen, baby, Delicatessen, Bon Appetit, baby.
No, man, Rats.
That's
I can't put over Rats.
That's a key.
I've never seen it, but everybody has me hyped.
Dude,
it's so bad, it's
a
ridiculous.
zombie movie, but with fucking rats.
Bruno Mattei, man. That's all you gotta say. Bruno Mattei at his peak.
Yeah, Greta is in that some bitch. That's all you need to know. She's the lead.
Oh shit! But yeah, let
me see if I can.
What the announcements are for? What do they have? Another 4 announcements, I think.
They're doing it every day. Every day, one announcement. I think.
Yeah. I'm curious because right now, I mean,
5 more, I think.
Right now, it's kind of been stuff they already had, and they just kind of are doing 4Ks. It's kind of the Scream Factory shit approach right now. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'd like to see.
Have you watched this?
I've got it, but no, I haven't watched it yet.
I've got it too. Yeah.
Oh my god, you're in for a treat.
Is it great?
Oh, I mean, it's Bruno Mattei at his most artsy. It's Bruno Mattei in his art house phase. Let's just put it that
All
way.
right, that sounds
He's
amazing.
finding himself.
All right, guys. Anybody else got anything? We're right at the 2-hour mark. It's been a really fun show. We are going to bring these back each month for sure. So the holiday horror roundtable is next month. So everybody stay tuned for that. But anybody got anything else you wanted to mention on the show this time?
Well, I wanted to add Camp Flashback. How did you first find DEADPIT, and also what are you looking forward to?
That is a good question. I want to say I found them like 3 or 4 years ago, so it's pretty recent. And it might have been through Garrett, now I think about it. It might have been through maybe something with Garrett you guys did. Because it wasn't too long ago. I think you guys had just started back up.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like live streams. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But as for what I'm looking forward to, nothing really. I was really looking forward to Trick or Treat. I was looking forward to the Hitcher. I guess whatever Severin announces for I'm assuming their last one's probably going to be the big one. I think they did Opera like that, correct? Wasn't Opera announced in one of those
Yeah, I think they
Instagram
did.
postings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to be a big hitter, hopefully.
Well,
What
they
could
keep
it be
saying,
though? Because it's not going to be stage fright, right? Like,
No, I think
Well,
Blue
that's
Underground said they had that.
that's what I wanted to say. Like I don't know. I know it's not like out in the public, but I mean, somebody that's with Severin sort of told me that they had it. So, and that was a year ago. And now you got Bill Lustig saying, "Oh yeah, well, I would put it out, but we're having trouble getting a hold of the elements, so it's been really difficult." And it didn't really sound too promising that he was going to be able to do that. So I'm kind of wondering now, like, well, what's the deal with that? I hope it. I want stage fright. I don't care who does it, but it's being up in the air like that. I'm kind of bummed.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as far as big titles, like what is there anything that's been announced that people are kind of? I know the Keep is coming.
The Beyond.
Oh, the Keep.
Oh yeah. Both
I
of
forgot.
them.
April Fool's Day.
Keep and the Beyond.
April Fool's Day. I'm really looking forward to getting
Yeah,
that.
I'm really looking
Kino,
forward
too.
I had the pleasure of seeing the Beyond 4K in theaters. They trotted it down. We have a horror movie festival in April every year down here in New Orleans. And yeah, just get ready for that because it looked beautiful.
Do you guys actually think though that the Keep is going to be coming out for Black Friday? Because I kind of don't now. Because I feel like they haven't
don't
teased
know.
anything about it ever since that whole leak thing happened. I feel like maybe they were gearing up to start promoting it, and then that kind of took the wind out of their sails. And they're like, you know what?
They may have delayed it because of that.
Right.
Michael Mann's like freaking with his movies too. He's very peculiar. And do you guys think he's working like, because he's been vocal about wanting to do his director's cut, but Paramount would never give him the money. Do you think he's finally, I don't know if that's beyond, like, do you think he's finally coming around to that? Because that was the holdup with that movie coming out on physical media. He wanted to do his cut as well. His like 3-hour cut or whatever.
I don't know if we'll ever see that. I kind of doubt it. I even if it's just a standard cut, I'd love to have it on 4K, either whatever cut it is.
But I know he's like, he has final permission over like kind of like with, when Friedkin's movies with Kino especially, they were like delayed because he's very, very peculiar. Michael Mann's the same way with his stuff.
Anybody want to take any guesses to what Sleepy's second release will be?
Big Brett.
Or what would you like to see possibly?
Fright Night 2.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to see, but that ain't never gonna happen.
I keep saying elves for everything, but I apparently like that's just not happening because nobody knows where the elements are. But I feel like he could do elves,
Vinegar Syndrome has looked for elves for like 10 years or whatever, and I think that I was told from somebody that worked with them that the dude that, I guess the producer or whoever, said that those elements are destroyed They're no longer.
The producer wasn't even a movie guy. He was like he made all of his money. He like owned car dealerships, so it probably meant nothing to him. So who knows where that film is? It might be in somebody's attic that doesn't even know it. You know,
Well,
if
from
it
what
exists at all.
From what they were telling me, that he had said that it was destroyed or whatever. I mean, they don't know where it's at, or either it was, I don't know, thrown away. Who knows? I don't know how accurate it is, but Grindhouse did that Hollywood 90028 or whatever, and there's a video of them finding the negatives in a dumpster.
I bet that happens a lot, man. Like warehouses, dumpsters, shit like that. Yeah.
Like the cut of Martin. Did that ever come out?
No, it's still like nobody knows who has. Well, they do know who has it, but nobody really say who has it. But like, they found that in somebody's house that they just left there after like 40 years or something.
The problem with that is though, is like you physically own it, right? But you can't release it because you don't own the rights.
Yeah.
And we know who owns the rights.
Oh God, that jackass Rubenstein.
Yes.
God.
I think Slippy said it was scanned though, right, and preserved.
I'm not sure.
Didn't he? I think you guys did it like 2 years ago.
Well, Greg
Slippy's
Nicotero
cautious
bought
when
it.
talking about Rubenstein. You notice that? He's kind of like, everybody knows Rubenstein has all these classics, all these genre classics, and he makes it so hard to. You know how many generations of people that like to go back and watch older stuff? How difficult it is to find Dawn of the Dead and oh man.
What's crazy though is just like Dawn of the Dead is on YouTube. People have uploaded on YouTube.
Yeah.
Right? You can't even rent it legally or anything. Like, what the fuck is what's his problem?
Dumbass that guy.
Yeah.
He's out of touch. He's a dumbass. I'll say it. You guys
I remember there was some show we did where Slippy was like taking up and said like he was some sort of he was trying to be a gatekeeper for Romero's legacy or something. I'm just like, dude, like he's number one, he's gone. But number two, like those movies have been, I mean, they're out. Like they're all out somewhere in Germany or, like you're not gatekeeping anything really. Like by trying to keep them.
It's not like Romero's other movies that he doesn't own aren't being preserved from everybody to see as well. You can find Day of the Dead, like you could throw a rock and hit Day of the Dead on streaming. Dawn of the Dead, I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's losing out on a lot of money. We'll say that.
Man,
and
like the last U.S. release of Dawn of the Dead was how many years ago at this point?
And
it was that old Blu-ray copy, right?
Yeah.
The Angry Bay Blu-ray.
Oh,
2009, something like that.
Crazy.
Wow.
They wouldn't do it in 3D for him, Bulls. That's what he wanted.
We love our Europeans.
Yeah. Who the fuck has a 3D player or a TV anymore, though?
Nobody.
Well, why would he sink that much money into a format that's a gimmick that only lasts like 2 years every 50
It's so
years?
awesome to me. He picked it like the completely wrong format to get behind.
Well,
and
the
then
worst time, too.
At the worst
You
time.
think he saw like he came out of like seeing how to Train Your Dragons 3D, and he was like, I got an idea.
Yeah.
Well, Dawn of the Dead is one of the worst movies to think that 3D would work for, too, because what in that movie is like 3D, like pop out, like not much.
One scene.
Exactly.
The scene where the elevator opens and they kill Flyboy. That's the only scene that would be like, oh shit. But yeah, I mean,
not a movie I would ever think that would.
He's an idiot. I mean, he really is. I don't know what to do with it.
I agree.
Yeah.
But guys, we appreciate everybody tuning in on here. We are well over 2 hours. I know a lot of you guys have your own YouTube channels and everything too. Anything coming up, Rambo? Well, I know there's shit. What do you got coming up on your channel?
Just a bunch of bullshit.
No more porn parodies, right?
Not yet, but I think Cadnator will be one of the next ones.
Oh, I can't wait.
Somebody give Rambo money to watch the ET porn.
Oh, thanks. There's like 4 of them.
What about isn't there a Ninja Turtles porn too?
I saw
10-inch Mutant Turtle.
Did you review that one?
Yeah, I reviewed it.
10-inch Mutant Ninja
Classic.
Turtle.
Yeah. That's legitimately he did that. Yeah.
Oh my god. That's
Mark,
great.
what's going on with your channel, man? What are you doing?
Actually, I'll probably try to do a video on Town That Dreaded Sundown. The remake. It's like the 10-year anniversary, so I'll probably do a video on that. I have a killer steelbook of it that I never really see anybody show or talk about. And it's got the original in there as well. Of course, it's German. But yeah, I figured I'd pull that one out. And then in between like today and tomorrow, not too much other than like, well, I know we'll be doing the Friday night live stream tomorrow.
Now, what the hell are you all doing, by the way? Nobody ever told me.
I think we're just no gimmicks, just a Q&A, I guess.
No gimmicks needed.
No gimmicks needed. There you
Back
go.
to basics.
No thumbnail. It'll all just be black screen. Carter, you still don't have a YouTube page, do you?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna get around to it eventually. I've just been too tired and lazy to do anything, but eventually I'm gonna get there. But I was gonna say two things. One, I know Stuntman Mark just said about the Town of Dreaded Sundown. Charles B. Pierce, underrated filmmaker. His daughter's a bit of a douche, but I mean, he was talented. Oh, she is. She's horrible. Yeah. That was bullshit what she did. I don't have any say. Oh, you guys are gonna do the Survivor Series '97 review?
We are. We need to.
I know Garrett was excited about it.
Yeah, we're going to try to record that one. And then we're recording, I think, a Blair Witch retrospective as well. So we're trying some stuff, different stuff, not all live stuff. So changing it up a little bit, but that'll be. And then we're going to have an early. Hopefully, we'll get to do that here in the next couple of days. Early screening of the new Street Trash remake.
Oh, wow.
So we'll be taking a look at that and doing a review. I think we can post it on Monday. So I'm interested in that because I love the original. So we'll see. And Ryan Kruger that did, what was that movie that he did that was?
Fried Berry.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
That's a good movie. That's funny.
And of course, Friday Night Live's coming up. Anything? I know Uncle Bill's got a video coming up, I think on Saturday for Cat 3 movies.
Just a breakdown of a bunch of different Cat 3 movies, yeah.
You're not going to ruffle any more feathers, are you?
I didn't think so. I think I did the pretty good job of that on that last video. Yeah. I knew some asshole's going to come in here and be like, you did that video, didn't you? Went out and bought 2 of them trick-or-treats. Fucking hypocrite. And sure enough.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Hey, I didn't say I didn't do that shit, too. I never once fucking said that in that video. I'm as guilty as just about anybody.
Matt, Phantasmatt. What do you got coming up?
Sorry.
I'm pretty much in the same boat with the other lazy and tired people. I don't really have anything planned. So I guess I need ideas or something because I'm really bad at.
We need to bring back Exploit Nation.
Yeah.
Start doing that shit again.
I think
we got to do that Bruno Mattei episode. The whole.
No, you ain't gonna tell me which ones to watch. I ain't gonna fuck. Look,
the one with the cop.
Would anybody?
The one with the cop. The one with the nun.
The one with the nun.
Would anybody object
pop in it? Is the problem
to the Guinea Pig movies in the Exploit Nation episode?
No, that would be amazing if I could fucking find where to watch them.
We've got digital copies.
Hey, there's a good bootleg of all of them. I want to say on Sloppy Second Sales.
I think
they have a bootleg of all 6.
Yeah,
did you buy that?
That's what I've got. Yeah, it's like $11.99 or something like that.
No, I didn't.
According to Jackson Jack, CK once mistakenly called fried Barry burnt Charlie.
Or burnt Bernie or something like that.
Burnt Charlie's killing.
That's the sequel. Camp Flashback, do you have a YouTube page?
No, sir. Just an Instagram. But
So
I
you're on
haven't really been
Instagram.
using it. Yes, sir. More of just a collector that likes to watch a lot of stuff. But maybe I think I'll start a YouTube channel soon. But don't have much to say.
But it's good getting you on here, man. It's always good getting new people on here. Occasionally, a lot of people kind of pussy out, and just talk a bunch of bullshit in the chat, but won't get on here.
Show their face.
Babyface Thompson, motherfucker.
When it
Oh, real
comes
quick,
down,
I just have one more thing to say. Matt, Rambo Raff, Matt.
Yeah.
I just want to say this guy is probably pound for pound the number one, the quickest at the drop of a dime insult creator. When someone says anything to him, he sees their name and he comes up with a witty nickname faster than I've ever heard anybody, any comedian. This guy cracks me up. He targets your insecurity that you might not know you have.
he targets your
It's hilarious,
insecurity.
man. He ties adjectives together like no one else.
He's had plenty of years experience dealing with trolls as well. So
I can tell.
I like how he calls Paul W.S. Anderson Paul Wild Stallion Sanders.
It fits.
Shit.
But guys, it's been a real fun show. We've had like around 130-ish some people on here most of the night tonight. So we appreciate everybody tuning in, and definitely like, comment, and subscribe, and tell all your family, friends, and neighbors. And we will catch you guys next time over at DEADPIT.com. I'd like to tell people, thumbs up the video, Uncle Bill.
Would you?
Yes. Thumbs it up with violence and fury, and just love everything about it.
You hit the heart button, then you hit the ass button, then you hit the go fuck yourself button. Follow that up with the I don't give a shit button.
There's all kinds of wonderful shirts over at shop.deadpit.com. Simply the best horror shirts. On TeePublic, there are others, but they all suck. You can get some Dead Pit Radio shirts. You can get Last South on the left. The Hills Have Eyes. Texas Chainsaw. Oh, wait, you can't say Texas Chainsaw. All kinds of shirts, folks. You're going to love them. Shop.deadpit.com.
Special thanks goes out to our supporters on Patreon. Do you know what kind of stuff you can get on Patreon, Uncle Bill, starting at only $1 a month?
What's that?
Access to every Dead Pit show since 2005. We got almost 200 fan commentaries that we've done over the decades.
We have a literal jukebox full of songs and thousands of reviews. I don't even know how many shows are up on there now that we've done over the years.
Hundreds of thousands.
You need to figure this out now and subscribe to us on Patreon and YouTube and Instagram and help us to 1 million. The road to 1 million subscribers starts today.
So Dead Pit on Patreon.com. Join today. Tiers start at only $1, but I'd recommend at least the $10 tier.
You can do 50. The stock market's crashing around us, folks.